Kodash. Today's date is, believe it or not, January 11th,
Damn.
2020, year of prophecy. And a lot of prophecy has been popping off. Let me get that right now. A lot of prophecy popping off. So keep it going.
That's it.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into I put a list together about a month and change, and I never, you know, when you put a list together, I got a bunch of lists. And you say you want to hit it, but you never do. So we're gonna try to hit that list. That's if I got it. Bear me for a minute.
Got a quick precept.
All right.
This is in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 4. Prepare what to say, and so thou shalt be heard, and bind up instruction, and then make answer.
That's it. That's it. So let's go to the first. It's not in any particular order. I just put it together. Maybe the first scripture that I'm going to hit should be the last. But but it's written in that order. So let's go with the spirit. And I'm positive other precepts. I probably won't get past three precepts on this one, all right? First scripture is Revelation 18, verse 20.
Yeah, I got that. The book of Revelation 18 and 20. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles.
You know what, man? Let's go to the top.
Okay.
And let's try to breeze through that.
The first verse?
First verse, yep.
Revelation 18 and 1. Shalom, bro.
The mother brothers coming?
Come yeah.
Got the sign to speak? Yeah, ISCPK is up the block.
It's nice and warm, so.
Yep. Next week.
The seasonal teachers. Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
Yeah, so Babylon the Great is falling is a prophecy that John the Revelator, as they call him, John the Apostle, wrote down on the Isle of Patmos. And when you go into the history of why John was on the Isle of Patmos, because he was sentenced there on the salt mines by the Roman authorities. And that was during the time period. Can anybody tell me who was the emperor?
Emperor.
You're right. Domitian. Had to be Domitian.
Yep.
Because the next emperor was who? Come on now.
Who was the governor of Campania?
Who was the governor of Campania? Who ruled after Domitian's rule? Nerva. And he was a Jake. That's when Jake started ruling, man. So when you go into Second Ezra, the 11th chapter and the 12th chapter, it speaks about the 12 feathers. Those 12 feathers go from Julius Caesar all the way to Domitian, which was the younger brother of Titus, which was the first son of, or the oldest son of Vespasian. After that, you had Jake. So the rulership of the Roman Empire was really during that time period, from about, let's say 65, was it 65, I could be off a couple of years, 65 BC,
yeah.
All the way up until about 100 AD.
Got it.
So, you know, Esau in ruling as emperors of Rome is only a little bit more than 100 years, all right? I mean, I just happen to know that history because I always go, you know me, I always go into that, history, so I know it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Most of it, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, go ahead. Where we at? Go ahead.
Revelation 18.
So anyway, he received these visions, and the first thing that he saw was the Lord. He saw the Lord in his glorious body. Matter of fact, let's go to that real quick.
Yep. Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of Yahushua which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things. Let me read again. Revelation 1:1. The revelation of Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Which must shortly come to pass. And a lot of those things came to pass back then. And his job was to give them the books or the revelation to the 7 churches of Asia Minor. So you had churches that were scattered throughout Asia Minor. And that's also written in the 1st chapter. All right, go ahead.
Things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and signified by his angel unto his servant John.
So the Lord sent the angel. Go ahead.
Who bear record of the word of the Most High and of the testimony of Yahweh Shai and all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth and they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Read that again.
Blessed is he that readeth and they that.
So you got to read. Read what? Didn't say read the Quran. It didn't say read the Kibbutz Neges. You know, it said to read these books.
Read these scriptures.
Read the scriptures.
Yeah, which them wacky tacky Christians don't do. They
Well,
don't
none
read
of
the
them go into
scriptures.
the book of Revelation. You know.
I have a precept, Apostle.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
Yeah,
None.
read and read.
Yep. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
And where you reading from again?
Isaiah the 34th chapter and the 16th verse.
Good. Now give me Proverbs 30 verse. You can start at verse 4. I believe you say verse 4 and 5. Go ahead.
Proverbs 30, verse 4. Who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
His name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Every word of Yahweh is pure.
Every word of Yahweh is pure. Go ahead.
He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
He is a what?
He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
So we trust in the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 6, add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar.
Right. Yes, lest you be reproved and be found a liar. Read that again from the 5th verse.
This is Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of Yahweh is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
Okay, now let's go to Psalms 91 and start at the top. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Yahweh shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
So we're dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So, but we're outside. And we're telling the secrets, but the Most High stopping the ears of the people. Hold me Isaiah 6, and you can start from the 9th verse.
It's Isaiah chapter.
Matter of fact, we're going to start from the 1st verse. Go ahead. We're going to read through that quick.
All right, this is Isaiah 6
Because
and
that's
1.
another UFO scripture. Go ahead.
In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple.
Notice he was sitting on the throne, but he was on the ship. So there's what Esau calls a cockpit. All right, that they sit in the plane.
Yeah,
Well, a UFO, you have a place that you sit in. You know. Read that again, please.
Isaiah 6 and 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple.
His train represents the ship and the smoke. All right. Now go real quick to Daniel. You know what I want? Daniel 7 and 9.
I got a precept about
Go
the
ahead.
secret.
Go ahead.
Psalm 27 and 5. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock.
Yep, it's a foundation. You know? Go ahead, Ak.
Daniel 7:9.
Yep.
This is Daniel 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
What did he sit on? He sat on the throne. What was it about the throne? He was in a ship, a gigantic ship. And that tells you that in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Go ahead.
It says, whose garment was white as snow.
That's why if you notice, there's been a lot of UFO sightings that's been taking place, man. They said within a year, I think it was 2019, UFOs have tripled in sightings, you know? Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Meaning he was a so-called black man. Now you might say, this Christian might say, oh, well, that means his hair was, that means he was white. No, because you have wool is brown, white, black, and a combination of brown, white, and black. All right? Go ahead.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
And that represents what? The ship, the makeup of the ship. Go ahead.
Verse 10, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set.
So that's so what Daniel is seeing is a vision of the destruction of this society, of this resource system. But we was also reading about it in Revelation, the 18th chapter. So go ahead.
Continue on Daniel.
No, Revelation 18, where we left
Back in
off.
Revelation 18.
Go ahead.
Revelation 18 and 2.
My brother just passed by and said shalom. He's not part of the camp.
Okay.
Go
And
ahead.
he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
So you go to any church and you ask them about Babylon the Great is fallen, what does it mean? They're not gonna have the answer. They're not gonna know what it means. Read again, please.
Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen.
Yeah. Next time an Edomite pop up, you know, with his Christian view, you ask them that. These are questions that you ask Christians, man. All right?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Because they don't know that. Like I said many a times, that the top elite scholars in the Christian community, they know this, man. They know, they'll tell you that it's America. But the average, you know, average Christian don't know.
Right.
Because they're not on any level, and that includes you, okay? Instead of you know we're going to mention you. Instead of you constantly coming against us, you should stop everything and watch them videos, man, and open up your mind.
So you can learn.
All right? So it could be in your head, in your head. That's from Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
You go chasing rabbits, and that's what you're doing. You're chasing rabbits, man. You know, that down in the holes that go nowhere.
Damn.
What did Morpheus tell Neo? He said, choose the blue pill, and you go back into one wherever you want
Back
to
to sleep, yeah.
Go back to sleep. Choose the red pill, I believe he said,
You find out.
and you find out how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yep.
So we're taking you in the rabbit hole, but you don't want to jump in the rabbit hole, man.
You don't want to take that trip.
So you chasing rabbits, man. You chasing rabbits with the wrong information, so you getting messed up. You getting stuck in them holes, man. Go ahead.
Hey, because the red,
Holes, not holes. Holes.
the red is the blue is the blood in the vein before the oxygen hits it.
When you look, when your blood is actually blue, and when you look at your vein, you can see. Well, you can see it right now. It's blue. That's
Blue, yeah.
I'm a blue blood, brother.
Yeah, that's
Blue
right.
blood. When you
Real
cut
blue
that,
blood.
guess what? The oxygen hits it. You know, it's
Turns it
exposed
red.
to the air,
Yep.
to the light, and it immediately turns red.
That's the red pill.
That's a red pill. And red represents reality, man. You know?
Gone.
Go ahead, Art.
This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy.
Be occupied in prophecy. Yep.
That's it.
And be occupied in prophecy. And you know what scripture
that is
come to
wise.
mind? 1 Corinthians 14, verses 1 and 2.
He that is wise.
It's
That's
all
key.
about prophecy. This is the year of prophecy, man.
Got it. 1 Corinthians 14 and 2. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto the Most High. For no man understandeth him. Howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church.
Go ahead.
I would that ye all speak with tongues, but rather that ye prophesy.
But rather that ye prophesy. But rather that ye prophesy. And prophecies were given to who? The prophets.
Prophets.
So we believe that we're the prophets, men of the Lord. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy.
Spirit of prophecy. Yep, that's it. And right there, you read that Revelation 19. That goes hand in hand with Revelation 18 and Daniel 7 and Daniel 2. All right, go ahead. Where we at?
Back in Revelation 18.
Knew it.
18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Now, High Priest Ariel used to say that was talking about when Esau took down Gad. That's not talking about that. That's talking about he saw the destruction take place.
Yep.
He saw the mushroom cloud. He saw the heavens being rolled together as a scroll, pursuant to Isaiah the 34th chapter.
I got it.
All right, go ahead.
What? Isaiah 34 and
Start at top. The top.
okay.
Key point is in the fifth
Yeah.
verse, but start at the top. Go
Isaiah
ahead.
34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that
So this
come
is a
from.
global thing. This thing is a global thing. What made
Worldwide.
this thing go global? The YouTube, the World Wide Web.
Yep.
The internet,
Remember Adiala? He said GMS is going global. He said that back in like 2009.
Yeah.
That's 11 years ago. He said GMS has gone global. And then so goes GMS, so go all the other camps. So IUIC became global. ISUPK became global. Then you had all these other camps popping up, various camps, HODC in them. So we all became global, man. Then we started being called the alphabet camps. And that wasn't heard of alphabet camps back at One West. They call us the alphabet camps with One Western, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have
So what
delivered.
did Isaiah see? He saw the destruction already take place.
That's right.
So he saw the destruction taking place. He saw the mushroom cloud. He saw the heavens roll together as a scroll. And so he wrote it down. Now, if Isaiah saw it, and Jeremiah saw it, and John the Revelator saw it, and Obadiah saw it, and all them prophets that saw it, it's going to come to pass because the Most High kept coming to the prophets and showing them visions as to what's going to happen, man. This vision that's getting ready to take place, you can't compare it to anything in history. And there's been major disasters in history, man. But you can't compare it to this one, man.
No. It's gonna be the whole earth is gonna shake.
The whole earth is going to shake. Matter of fact, since you said that, go to Isaiah 24 and 10.
Yeah, man.
I got one to that too.
It says even the fish of the
What
waters.
is that? Ezekiel 38.
Yep.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard.
No, start at the 10th verse.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down.
Okay, so the word Babylon means what? It
Confusion.
means Babal means confusion. So the city of confusion is also
Yeah, the land
great
of
city
confusion.
Babylon, which is America.
Land of confusion.
This is the city of confusion.
Yeah, like that. The group Genesis, they put out that song "Land of Confusion"
Land of confusion. Yeah?
back in the '80s.
And this is the land of confusion, man.
Yeah, and in the video, it
If
was
you
the
have any religion you want to have, you can follow. You can worship the head of lettuce. You know, you can believe in Allah. You can you can be whatever.
You'll worship
you wanna be.
anything.
There was an episode of What's Happening and Rerun.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's the most.
Well, that backs you up
man.
what you just said.
You
That
know?
backs up what you just said.
Land of confusion.
Yeah.
English?
Yeah.
Can I get one?
Oh, we got our own personal Bibles. If I had an extra one, I'd give it to you. If I had an extra one. All right? Sorry, brother. And that's a good thing you asked for a scripture, man.
Come.
You know?
Yeah, there was an episode of What's Happening.
You saw that thing? You saw the
Yeah.
Yeah, episode of What's Happening.
big dudes, too. You know?
That character, Rerun. There was a scene where he was worshiping the letter lettuce.
No, I remember that. I remember that.
Head
I
of
remember
lettuce.
That. Yeah, they
Head
had
of
this
lettuce.
Edomite or something, and they had him.
Yeah.
Show you how simple that dude was, man.
That's why he died.
You know, that's why he died eating a hamburger.
Fred Berry.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rerun.
I
Rerun,
remember
yeah.
that episode, man.
Yeah, he was worshiping a head of
They
lettuce.
had this one guy at this club,
That's Gavin
and
Nut.
they had people bowing down to a head of lettuce.
Yeah,
But guess what? In America, you can bow down to a head of lettuce.
You can do that.
You can do that.
You can bow down
That
to a
was-
donut if
You
you
can
want.
bow down to a donut, you know?
that was the god of the cult, the head of lettuce.
That's it.
That was Gavin Nut.
You get it, you have nothing to get.
Nothing Gavin.
Go ahead.
Those reading Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. It says there is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkness.
On the roller skates, the guy on the roller skates, he's gonna mess himself up.
But that's what they do, man. They do that all day. Go ahead, I'll read that again. I'm sorry.
Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is
That's
a
talking
cry-
about this place being Babylon being utterly destroyed. So after this place is destroyed, no one's going to be able to come in because it's going to be a desert.
Yep.
You spare any chance to get a coffee?
It's gonna be the forbidden zone.
I can give him $1.
It's $1.86 again. Thank you. God bless.
You're welcome.
Go ahead.
There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkness.
Come.
The mirth of the land is gone.
Oh, the mirth of the land is gone. Read that again from the 10th verse.
It says the city of confusion is broken down.
I didn't know we was going to go into this subject.
Gone.
It's the Most High.
That's right.
Gone.
Meditate not on what you're going to say.
That's right.
And that out.
But it's not you that
So
speak.
it's not you that speaking. Go ahead.
That's right.
Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is
Now the
darkness.
wine represents the knowledge. All what?
All joy is darkness.
All joy is darkness. Go ahead.
The mirth of the land is gone.
The happiness of the land is gone. So what land is that talking about? It's talking about Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
In the city is left desolation.
And the city is left desolate. The desert. There's not going to be anything remaining that lives, but after the smoke clears and the fire stops, you're going to have desert creatures. Anytime you go to a desert, you're going to have desert creatures. Go ahead.
And the gate is smitten with destruction.
And the gate is smitten with this. So you mean to tell me there's one big gate in America, Babylon? There's one gigantic gate. You know, when you come to America, you come to Babylon, you got to go through that gate. What does the gate represent? The
Leadership.
gate represents the leadership.
Come.
There's not going to be no leadership.
Yep.
Everything is going to be done away with, man.
Yeah, their wisdom is going to be darkened.
Their wisdom is going to be dark.
They're not going to have any answers.
They're not going to have any answers.
know, 'cause-
Now, this thing that happened over there in Iran,
Con.
when Trump had ordered the assassination of this guy, the Iranians the next couple of days started shooting missiles in the air, and they hit a plane. Not realizing, then they realized, and they said, "Oh, we made a mistake." But so you know what that is? That's another act of war.
Right.
Wars get built up, like World War I. What started World War I? The sinking of the Lusitania, right? What started World War II? I know the sinking of the Lusitania was that started World War I. But it was over Germany.
Right.
And there
They
was
killed the Austrian prince, was it?
Archduke
right.
Ferdinand.
And a major, all right, brother.
Right.
And a major things happen over a little thing, man.
Right, yeah.
One guy gets assassinated, a plane goes down, and this nation military shot it down, and then there's a retaliation, there's a retaliation to that. Then all of a sudden you have what's called proxy wars.
Con.
Proxy meaning next. The war spills over into another nation, and that nation gets involved because they killed some of their people. They blew up a mosque. And then slowly you get other nations, then you get the allies. You get one nation in, then you got the allies that come in. So what does that turn into? It turns into a major conflict, a world war. And that's what's happening, man. That's what's happening.
States, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree,
Go ahead.
and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done.
Go ahead.
They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh, they shall cry aloud from the sea.
Go ahead.
Wherefore glory ye the Lord Yahweh in the fires.
Where you reading from?
Isaiah 24:15.
Good. Go from there to Revelation 15, the first 2 verses.
I got a couple of
Go ahead.
one precept. Haggai
All
2.
these scriptures are knitted together, man. You read it like, oh, this is one account, this is going to happen. Then all it's the same story told over and over. You know?
In different ways.
forms.
In
Different ways.
manners, yeah.
Matt-
I'm sorry.
No,
Papa.
you got
Same
it.
thing. played
No,
over.
yeah. Hebrews 1:1, the Most High, who in sundry times and in
And
diverse manners,
spoken to, yep,
You
by
know?
the servants of
Different
prophets,
ways.
of the prophets.
Khan,
Yeah.
Salaki.
No, it's all right.
And this is what keeps our faith strong, because we read these scriptures and we know that these scriptures are real.
Yeah.
Because we can see it. Guys fall off because they can't see it. There's no connection there, man. I've wasted X amount of years of my life doing this. Yeah, but you wasn't looking at the prophecies.
Yep. Not being mixed with faith.
Not being mixed with faith. Matter of fact, go to that in Hebrews 4 and
read this
3,
precept?
4. Let him read this first.
Okay.
And then you got what you got.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 4. And can I start at 1? Let us therefore fear, lest a promise.
Start at 3, verse 10.
3 and 10,
And
okay.
then go into 4, verse 20.
Okay. Hebrews 3 and 10. Wherefore I was grieved with that generation and said, they do always err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest.
Who shall not enter into the Lord's rest?
Israel.
Well, two-thirds of
two-thirds,
Israel.
yeah.
The ones that are not written in the book of life. Go ahead.
Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief.
Yeah.
Read that again.
Khan.
That's why guys fall off. Them guys that came up under us, when they fall off, they attack us.
Khan.
They're not enemies with Esau no more. They're not enemies with anything but us.
Yep.
They're former teachers. Go ahead.
Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief.
Take heed, lest there be what? Any of you that have a what?
An evil heart of unbelief.
Evil heart. That's evil. That's evil. You gotta say it with emphasis, man.
It's heinous.
Evil, heinous, it's evil. Go ahead.
Evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living power.
And departing from the living power. Wow. What do? They set up their own thing. They talk shit about us. Ain't got no problem with Esau, nobody else but us. Ain't got no problem with Buddha. Ain't got no problem with Islam, the Moors. They ain't got no problem with they ain't got no problem with nobody, man.
Got no
But
problem.
us.
No problem
And
with
then eventually,
homosexuals.
they don't do it no more.
And departing from the living power.
They depart
tired.
from the living power.
Yep, you
It
get
tells
tired.
you. I was reading this the other day. What is that? Revelation 16, where it
Somebody
says,
get that.
"Find you naked."
16, 15.
1650. 1650. I read
somebody-
it last night. Go ahead and read that.
Shalom, bro.
So Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his
And
shame.
they see his shame. Read that again, please.
Revelation 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief.
Behold, I come as a thief. Behold, I come as a thief. What does that mean? I come when you don't expect it. Somebody hold, you know what I want, 2 Peter's 3, verse 10. Esau is not going to expect it when it comes. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction will come upon them, man. Go ahead and read that.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise,
That's the mystery. Go ahead.
and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Go ahead.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation
And all holy conversation. Go ahead.
and godliness?
And godliness. So we're in this time, but we've been in this time. I've been in this thing for over 30 years. Just like Noah. Noah been teaching out there over 120 years. He had to remain faithful. You know how much faith he had to have?
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot
You
of
grow
faith.
120 years older preaching, and people are laughing at you, mocking at you, man.
That's a lot of patience.
That's a lot of patience, man.
Yeah. I got a
So
quick
it's the
pre-
same thing with us.
John.
As a matter of fact, somebody give me Luke, what is that? Luke 17,
As in the days
got
of
a-
Noah.
as in the days of Noah.
quick
Go ahead,
precept
go
at the
ahead,
back
go
of
ahead.
what he just read.
See, this is. Have you ever cooked in the outdoor and you made a fire out of wood, taking 2 pieces of wood, doing this, and you blowing on it,
Yeah.
then the fire sparks, then you put something on it, put a little gasoline on it, and then you got it flame. Then you let the charcoal turn white,
Yep.
and they're nice and hot. Then you can start cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So we cooking now, man.
That's right.
Yeah, come
You
on.
got to get your ingredients.
You got to get your
You know?
ingredients together, man.
Luke 21, 34 and 35. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares.
Going out clubbing, you know. You got to make time for the galleys.
Yeah.
You know?
What's up, girlies?
And a lot of guys come in this thing too young. You did a video on that.
Con.
A lot of these guys coming too young, and then they haven't really experienced life. They hadn't really. They get a woman, then that woman, you know, causes you to get all into her and shit.
Yep.
And then you get her pregnant.
Yep.
And now you got to get a real job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
There's a yeah.
not a bullshit job. You got to get a real job.
You got to get a real. Luke 21 and 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life,
And the cares of this life.
and so that they come upon you unawares.
Hey, you a rapper, right? An inspiring rapper, right? And you get a contract, and you doing little local shows. Then somebody, Jay-Z might
Notice you.
discover you.
Yeah, it's
And he
good.
might want you to do some back track or whatever, put some rhyme together.
Con.
Then all of a sudden he's gonna say, I want you to go on tour with me. And he's gonna pay you right. And guess what? You ain't got time to do this work no more. I give you a person that did that. Killer Priest.
Oh yeah.
He used to be in the camp, my camp,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he was a good speaker as well,
He was good.
you know?
And cares of this life.
So Killer Priest, he knows about us. He done spoke about it. They asked about,
yeah.
what do you think about One West,
It's part of the camp.
GMS and all that? Oh, yeah, them brothers, the Spirit's working with him, man.
He even mentioned Greatmillstone in one of his rhymes. one of his songs.
See? So that fame is there, man.
And so that day,
Remember, this thing went global in 2009.
GMS went global.
Go ahead.
And so that day come upon you unawares.
So
For-
you out there, you on tour, you on a tour bus, man, and all hell breaking loose. And guess what? You in the middle of that hell, man.
Yep.
Yep, the next verse will tell you that. For as a snare shall it come on.
Trap.
For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth.
Yep.
So you got to have your eyes open. You got to know what tell you about redeeming the times.
Con.
For the days are evil.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what the scriptures speak about the foolish virgins. When the foolish virgin said, "Give us of your oil," because they pretty much.
Matter of fact, let's go to that.
Con.
Let's go to that. Go ahead. Go
got it,
ahead.
bro.
Matthew, the 25th chapter. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
The oil is what? This truth. You knowing how to go and open up the scriptures and see what the scriptures say. Go ahead.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight,
What is that talking about? Reincarnation. When we going back 2,000 years ago, going back before that, we had this truth, and we all went to sleep, and we went through hardcore slavery in the Byzantine Empire up until this point. So now it's going to say there was a cry heard. We're not going to read that yet. So people are coming in because they knew they heard it in their mind's eye, in the back of their mind.
Right.
They heard this thing before, it's familiar with it.
Right.
But guess what? They didn't realize whether they had oil 2,000 years ago. The ones that's been doing this to the very end, he didn't go off to the end back then, they're gonna do the same thing now. The ones that half-assed it, they're gonna come in and they're gonna go right back out.
And that's what the scripture said. They heard a word behind them saying, "This is the way."
Walk ye in it, yeah?
Quick precept. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
That's it.
That's the cry.
And the sin is to not honor the Most High. So you can be the nicest guy in the world, but guess what? You don't honor the Most High. You don't call on the Most High's name. You don't honor the Sabbath.
Yep.
You know,
You don't do His will.
you don't do His will. So part of His law is to honor Him, man.
Con.
And then you got to call on His name.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Yahweh Shah said, "If you deny me, I will deny you."
Go ahead.
Hallowed be thy name. That hallowed be thy name means to make the name holy.
See,
Call
we're at a
upon-
point, if a Jake can't get it, well, I see something. Well, you know what, brother? Well,
We're
I can't
moving
help.
on.
I can't help.
It's only for the elect anyway.
It's only for the elect anything. All right, go ahead.
Yep. Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Who's the bridegroom? Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
And at midnight, there was a cry made.
Midnight represent what? Midnight, a minute after midnight, even though when the sun goes down at the beginning of the new day, but at midnight, that past that point, that's going to the morning. You know, in a couple of hours, it's going to be morning. The sun is going to come up. So whose midnight are we in?
Esau.
We in Esau's midnight.
Con.
All right, and we're in our noonday. We're in our morning time. It's a morning for us. It's the dawning of a new day,
Right.
and the ending of the day for somebody else, which is Esau.
Hey, like the scripture say about Benjamin, they shall raven as a wolf. In the morning, they shall divide the prey.
Yeah, that's when they.
Con.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Genesis 49. I think.
Con.
Go ahead.
And at midnight, there was a cry made, behold.
So we're in the midnight of Esau, and Esau now know that he's in his midnight.
Yeah.
You know what showed him that he was in his midnight? When he opened up his eyes and saw the prophets on the highways and the byways, all over the world, all over the web.
Countdown
The
to the morning.
countdown began.
Countdown to E's end.
Quick precept.
Countdown to East End. Yep. Go ahead.
Lamentations 2:19. Arise, cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watches. Pour
And
down.
that's what we're doing. We're crying in the beginning of the watches and in the end of the watch.
Supposed to
This is
be
the end
watching.
of the watch, man. After this, we don't gotta watch no more. You gotta watch now. Go ahead.
Pour out thine heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children that faint for hunger in the top of every street.
It's the truth. They faint for the truth. Hey, that's what the scriptures say in Romans. What Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, because this truth is what feeds your soul, feeds your spirit.
Hey, look at around here, they literally fainting for hunger, man. Like the brother who just came up, that brother who came up asking for money. No. Yeah, man.
Give me that one in Song of Solomon. I believe it's the 8th chapter. They saw him on the street. I believe that's 8, like the first couple of verses, if I'm not mistaken. You can get that right now, then you can bring your stuff back. You got anybody got it?
Got Solomon 8.
Yeah. Y'all know which one I'm
Con.
talking about? I believe it's in the 8th chapter.
Then there's another one in the
Starts
3rd
at 1.
chapter, right?
I know.
There's another one in the 5th chapter.
Third,
Fifth chapter, I know.
third,
3rd chapter.
Yeah.
Go to the one in the 8th chapter.
It might
I
start
think
at
we
the
got it.
first
Start at the
verse.
top. It's somewhere in the
got it.
top.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 1. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother.
So if you read that without understanding, you talking about, I wish you were my brother and I'm saying, come over to my house and suck my mama's titty. No, they ain't talking about that, man. That's why people put
Sounds
the book
crazy,
down
yeah,
and
yeah.
talk, mess
That's
about
about
the
it,
book.
yep, yep.
Because they don't understand how the book operates. Read that again.
It says, oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother.
Your brother is what? He becomes a fellow Israelite that sucked the breast of my mother. What does it mean by? Give me a scripture, precept. Give me a precept on sucking the breast of your mother.
Isaiah 28.
Yep, Isaiah 28 and 9.
Yep. Somebody got that?
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. And it reads, for whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
What doctrine is it talking about? It's talking about the doctrine of the scriptures. Go ahead.
Then that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the
Them
breast.
that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. So you got to come in the straight gate, man, and you got to deal with the basics. You know, somebody get me Hebrews. What is that? Hebrews 5 and 12.
Quick
12 and
precept
5, 5 and 12.
to back him up. Quick
All right, go ahead.
1 Peter 2 and 2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk.
Beautiful.
1 Peter 2 and 2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
Read that again.
1 Peter 2 and 2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
And ye may grow thereby. So if you're not growing, guess what? You're not getting this milk.
Right. The nourishment.
Go ahead.
That's it.
I got Hebrews 5 and 12.
Hebrews 5 and 12.
It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful.
Most of the time when we teach, we go into the basics, man. These scriptures that we've been bringing out since the last hour, whatever, half an hour, 45 minutes, is pretty much basic to us because we go over it again and again and again.
It's 5:12.
Where we at?
Hebrews 5 and 13. For everyone that uses milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe.
Go ahead.
But strong meat belongeth to them that are full of age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Have their sense of exercise, meaning that you're going through from precept to precept, you know?
Got experience in the truth.
You got experience in the truth. All right, go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Yahweh Shai. I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hither ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are
That's
ye
why a
able.
lot of guys fall off, because they try to get deep too quick.
Yeah.
You know,
Too much honey.
too much honey. That's all.
That's where you was going.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 14. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Got you
Go
all
ahead.
the way
brother.
down there.
Yeah, yeah.
There's one that says that sweet taste out my mouth. No, it is. It's either Ezekiel or it's no, not Ezekiel. No. There's another one.
Sweetness? Is that sweetness?
Come on.
It's sweet or sweetness?
Lose that sweet taste
Oh,
out of my mouth. I'm saying it the wrong way.
Got it.
I mean, I can find it. The word and I ain't got, you know.
This is the one I was talking about. Proverbs 25 and 16. As thou found honey, eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it.
Vomit it up. Yep. That's it. Go ahead.
This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 1. Oh, that thou wert as my brother,
Ezekiel.
that sucked the breast of my mother. When I should find thee without,
When I will find you without, meaning you're not knowing this knowledge, we out here to teach you, so you can become a part of the brotherhood, part of the circle, so to speak. And that only goes with the elect. But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Quick precept for you,
Go ahead.
proving the word is honey. Ezekiel 3 and 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Where you reading from?
Ezekiel 3 and 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
I got a couple. Psalms 119 and 103. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Proverbs 24:13. My son, eat thou honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to thy taste.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 10. I took the little book out of the angel's hand
That represents the scriptures. Go ahead.
and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Yeah, so if you're not of the elect, you like the sweet part, but when it becomes bitter, then you don't want to deal with it no more. You know? Go ahead.
Songs of Solomon 4 and 11. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon.
Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones.
Beautiful.
Con.
Because this truth builds you
Oh,
up.
Apostle, I think this is one you want.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 23 and 8. The morsel which thou hast eaten.
That's it.
Okay. The morsel which thou hast eaten shalt thou vomit up and lose thy sweet words.
And lose thy sweet words. And recently, Nazariah, he was coming against us for a number of years, and all of a sudden, going like 4 or 5 months back, they stopped doing videos. You know,
Became bitter.
it became bitter to me, man.
I got a scripture for the bitter
Go ahead.
part. This is in the Apocrypha Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly.
You might lose your job because your boss might have saw you. You know, your woman might have left you because you don't give her the time that you used to give her.
That's the bitter part.
That's the bitter part, you know?
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure. It says in Matthew 24, and it also says in Matthew 10, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Now we're looking at being increased at the last end.
Right.
You know, at the end of this thing. Go ahead.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That's it. You got to go through that fire.
Right.
So
That's
now
the bitter
let's,
part.
right, now let's go back to where we
Up to the teacher. Can I say something?
this is, it was quick.
Okay. We have to pray for Puerto Rico, what's happening down there in Puerto Rico. All the earthquake that happening. We had a couple of earthquakes. Now they affected 7.5, more stronger.
Well, may the Most High watch over the elect.
The elect,
you know?
Yeah, the elect in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
This is just the judgment of the Most High. The Most High is going to bring more judgment,
Yep.
not just to Puerto Rico, but all around the world.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, the ones that are right with the Most High,
Yep.
I mean, you said the right thing, you know.
Done.
Hey,
Yeah.
he said he wanted to say something, you know.
Yeah, it
And
was
so
quick
we pray
to
for
the
the
point.
elect.
For the elect, that's it.
For the elect, yep.
Hey, because bottom line, they're not gonna stop worshiping sweet Jesus. You know, the picture of the white Jesus. But if you tell them
Just getting
that,
hit with earthquakes because they worship a white Jesus.
yeah,
Worshiping a false god.
Yep.
Yep.
False God.
and they're not gonna turn from that because you know, unless the Lord turns them away from that.
That's why it's only for the elect. I got you, Apostle. Romans 11:7. What then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Yep.
So you're supposed to worship
The Most High.
the name.
Right. The name is Yahweh.
Yeah, but not the image.
No, I know we're not worshiping it.
Right.
We're not worshiping the image. We're
right.
worshiping the name Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai.
There you go, you got it.
Yep.
But you are supposed to know what he looks like.
Right.
Yeah, you know what he looks like, but you don't worship it. Somebody paints a picture, you don't say, well, I'm gonna start bowing down to that picture. That's just a picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they did give us the picture of him.
Of course. That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
You got it.
Daniel, the 7th chapter in Revelation. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 10. And the elect shall praise his holy name.
That's good. On point. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower.
Beautiful.
The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Shit.
Quick question, I think I'll teach you. I expect.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The question is that how exactly do spiritual teachers such as yourself get people to realize the spiritual significance of the Yahweh's name, right? Because a lot of people say God in the name of God, but they don't really understand the spiritual significance.
Well, they gotta
behind
listen. They gotta listen and learn, and they gotta
Yep.
grow. That's all. Just like you listening, this brother right here listening, you just gotta listen and learn.
And the
If you're
Lord got
meant to get it, you're gonna get it.
That's it.
If
Bottom
you're
line.
not meant to get it, you're not gonna get it. But eventually, you're gonna get it anyway,
Yeah.
because all Israel is gonna be saved. Give me that.
Quick precept for you, Apostle. 2 Peter 3:18. But grow in grace and in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. To him be glory both now and forever. Amen, which means so let it be. Backs up what you just said. You got to grow in this truth, grow in this knowledge.
Romans
Yeah,
11.
once you come into this truth, that's why we got to go back to Song of Solomon 8. Go ahead and read it.
This is Song of Solomon 8:1. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that sucked the breast of my mother.
That sucked the breast of my mother. Now let's go back to Isaiah. Was it Isaiah 29?
So Isaiah 28 and 9.
28 and 9. I'm sorry.
And it
28.
says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
So what is the doctrine? What's in this book? Well, you got people that say, well, I ain't gonna read this book because this is the white man's book. It's not the white man's book. Because the depiction of the Lord would be looking like a white man. They would take all that stuff out.
Yeah, I ran into some brothers on 125th Street. They were saying that that's the white man.
No, it's really our book.
Right.
But it was written in a language that we can understand. Now the white man thinks that book is for him. This book is not for him.
Condemns him.
This book condemns him.
Yeah,
These
right.
are Edomites. You know? Go ahead.
And
Yeah,
who
Esau will never, he's talking about what about certain white people? If they accept it, that means they're Israelites.
Israelites.
If they're Edomites, they're not going to accept this, you know?
Right.
And this is that pottage, man, that you gave up, man. You messed up. Don't get mad at us. Get mad at
that's right.
Esau.
Gave
Your
up your
daddy.
birthright.
Get mad at your daddy. Precept for you, Psalm 36:1. A psalm of David, the servant of the Lord. The
All
transgression.
right, brother.
All right, take it easy.
The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart.
Remind me of Shabbat. We got a Shabbat spirit. Remember Shabbat?
The
Oh yeah,
brother.
yeah, Shabbat, yeah.
Remember Shabbat.
The
The
transgression.
way he walked. I'm walking with Shabbat. Go ahead.
Psalm 36:1, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart, that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. So the wicked is who? Esau. So they don't fear the Most High.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is Psalm 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Bashim Yahweh.
They don't know his judgment. They don't accept his judgment. Give
They
me
have no fear.
Isaiah 26, verse 6.
They don't fear the Most High. And then the scriptures say the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. That's what the scriptures say.
Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn He will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly.
And that's what he's doing. That's in the land of uprightness, is in the land of Israel. They got gay parades out there, man. They got people committing fornication. They're not executing the law.
That's right.
You know?
Right, they're causing people to break the law.
They're causing people to break the law. That's why they're going to be destroyed, man. You got some damn nerve demonizing us. We the men of the Lord. You ain't the men of the Lord. Go ahead.
This is Psalm chapter 58, verse 3 and 4. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
Yeah, they don't want to hear this truth, man. Go ahead.
That's right.
Which will not hearken to the voice of charmers.
We're the charmers. Go ahead.
Charming never so wisely.
Charming what never so wisely. Somebody hold Matthews 11.
I got a priest.
You know what I want? The marketplace. We sung unto you, thou not dancing. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows,
And that's us. We're calling unto our fellows. Go ahead.
and saying, We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced.
So when we bring these scriptures out, we're piping unto you. We're playing music unto you, and you're not dancing to the music. Go ahead.
We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Go ahead.
For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber.
So whatever way you come, they're going to have something negative to say about what we're saying. Go ahead. They put us in a negative light because this is Esau's world. This is the Satan's world. Go ahead.
It says, A friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children.
Yep. And we are those children. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
Yep. They hear thy words and they do them not. That's talking about you got people that are watchers to be entertained. They're not going to come out here in the highways and the byways. They're not going to support us in any way. They're not going to keep the high holy days. They're not going to keep the Sabbath. Anytime you put the new moon up, you know them views are low. They're always low. Anytime you put the new moon video up, you know, for the new month, them views are always low. Because people don't want to. They don't want to do the work. They want to be entertained.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 21. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, The days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, The days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision.
But the vain vision is a vision that doesn't come to pass. Well, these visions are going to come to pass. You know? Go ahead.
But there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh. I will speak the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious
There
house.
shall be no more prolonged, me in the prophecies, man. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, tell you that, man. Go ahead and read that right quick.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
So how do we know we're at the end? Like if somebody said, well, how do we know that we're at the end of this thing? Because of the prophecies. How do you know that this book is the right book? Because of the prophecies.
I got some real quick, Pastor. This is Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
And now you can go from there to 40, I think it's 49:10. If I'm not mistaken.
Is that 46:10?
46:10.
Isaiah 46:10. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Now there's a scripture in Wisdom of Solomon, the beginning of time, the middle of time, and the end of time.
I believe that's the 7th chapter, is it?
Yeah, it's like in the first couple of verses, or the 5th verse around there.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
Matthew 10:27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the air, that preach ye upon the
And
housetops.
that's what we've been doing. That's why this thing is global now. Go ahead, Locke. You got it? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon 7, verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things
That's
that
your
are.
Howard Shy. This is your Howard Shy. But he have given me what?
Knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements.
Go ahead.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times.
The beginning, ending, and midst of the times. So he gave him the past, the present, and the future. So he gave Solomon prophecies. That's why he's known as the preacher. When you look up the word the preacher, when you break that word down, the word preacher means prophet. So these preachers in the church are not preachers. Go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
That's it. So that's why people put the book down, or they go to other books, so they match one book with this book, and you can't do it. But they're always bringing this book up. You know, this book is bullshit, it's fairy tale, but they always bringing it up.
Yeah.
Because in their spirit, they know that this is the right book, but the Most High didn't use a key to open up their brain.
To understand the book.
Go ahead.
I got a quick precept. I don't know if somebody read this. Isaiah 46:10. Declaring the end from the
We don't need that, Rock. We got this. Okay, we got this. The water.
Isaiah 46:10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Read that again, please.
Isaiah 46:10. Declaring the end from the beginning.
Declaring the end from the beginning. So we know the beginning, Genesis,
Okay.
and we know the end, Revelation.
That's what Jacob did. In Genesis, the 49th chapter, Jacob told his sons,
Gather yourself together that I may tell you what shall before you in the
in the
last
latter days. Yeah.
And when did the last days start? When Yahushua
came on the scene.
Right.
Yes, sir.
The last days is 2,000 years. One day to the Lord is 1,000 years, you know?
Hey, that's why he made that statement. I beheld Satan falling as lightning. And that was more than 2,000 years ago. So, you know. I'm going to read it again later. Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. That's it. You got it.
So Numbers chapter 12, verse 6. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, Yahweh, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream.
I got a quick one. 2 Ezra 14:3. Then said he unto me, in the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses, and talked with him when my people served in Egypt. Verse 5. And told him many wondrous things and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commanded him, saying, these words shalt thou declare, and these shalt thou hide.
Yes, so there's certain words that shall be declared, and some shall be hidden. I was also told to Ezra, certain words are to be given to the wise of thy people, and not to all the people. That's in the 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, 2nd Ezra, the 12th chapter. Go ahead, Al.
Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29.
So if you don't get all these secrets, you ain't meant to get all these secrets, man. Go ahead, Al.
The secret things belong unto the Lord Yahweh or power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
Yeah, so everything that the Most High gave us, this is what we're supposed to push out. This is what we're supposed to speak on.
I got a precept, Pastor.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Yep.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
And we saw the signs pass. We saw prophecies back 2,000 years ago. That the fact that, like for example, Daniel 9 verse 27, 26 and 27, that already took place. But you got these Edomite so-called Christian experts saying that that's talking about the 7-year tribulation. Show you that they don't know the scriptures.
What's the 7-year tribulation?
There's no such thing as a 7-year tribulation. Right. That's the white man came up with. Yep. There's no such thing as no 7-year tribulation. You know? Go ahead, where we at?
First, 2nd Ezra 9 and 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world.
And he's visiting the world right now.
Which
he
he
made. So
made.
many UFO sightings. I'm surprised we ain't seen no UFO came over here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Gotta watch out for Yaquab. He'll jump over the thing.
Oh yeah.
He's on his way.
Go ahead.
Wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So he's visiting the world. How is he visiting the world? One way is through these so-called UFOs.
Yep.
And Zechariah, give me that, Zechariah 5.
I got a precept for you. Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest.
Storm and tempest. Go ahead.
And the flame of devouring fire. That's the
man.
visitation of the Lord.
That's how the Lord's going to visit you.
Oh, they got this video with this. They call it what's that called? A tornado, but it was like it was made of fire.
Vortex.
Oh, you know, yeah, it was in Australia. They show there's a video of it, and they show you it's a tornado.
Well,
but
they
it's
show you Satan's face in the fire. You can see the outline of Satan's face, man. The eyes, the nose, the mouth.
Right in the face.
Go ahead.
This is Mark chapter 13, verse 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. Lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.
The ones that sleeping ain't gonna make it. Go ahead.
Quick precept. Joel 2 and 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Like you mentioned about Satan's face in the smoke.
Got a precept?
Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Because we're constantly watching, man. Go ahead.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
They shall not escape. Because they got a missile system that's called a Avant missile system by Russia. And they said that thing could hit Mach 20 to 27. And I calculated it, and I forget how fast it goes, but If it's shot from Russia to America, it'll take less than 20 minutes to get over here. So where the hell you gonna go in 20 minutes?
So you can't even get out the house in 20 minutes.
That's it. You can't get down the block in 20 minutes if you're out of shape. You're gonna run halfway down the block and you're gonna fall any damn way. Your shoes gonna fall off.
Yep.
You're gonna get back up and then you're gonna catch a heart attack or a stroke.
Men's hearts failing.
Men's heart are failing in for fear of those things coming upon the earth. It's gonna happen, man.
Yep.
Quick precept. Mark 13 and 35. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto all, watch.
Somebody just read that, but that was the spirit.
Con, yeah. When they come out again.
Go ahead, Doc. Whoever got a precept.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 40. It says, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, and one shall be taken.
Now, what it means by grinding, it means working.
Working, yeah.
Go ahead.
Even Jake said that today. Yo, I'm on the grind.
I'm on the grind. Yep. Go ahead.
It says, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord Yahushua doth come.
So you got to be like Sharp-Eyed Washington, man.
Steady
You
on
got
the
to be in that
case.
spirit of Sharp-Eyed Washington.
Steady on the case.
Steady on the case. And what does it mean to be steady on the case?
Watch
it
it.
means to watch and then teach.
Yep.
Tell others.
Like that bloodshot eye.
I got a precept.
Sleeping with one eye open.
That's it.
Remember back in 2000 we were watching? Now I just caught that. Back in Mark 13 and 35, it says, watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. Now back in the year 2000, we thought the Lord was coming. We were watching, but he didn't come. Just like it says here, he could come.
And a lot of guys fell out when the year 2000 came. So that really was a stumbling block.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, right here it says he could come at the evening. He could come at midnight. Why do they give so many choices? Because it's not supposed to be definite when the Lord comes. You know, we're supposed to watch.
Back in his physical form.
Yeah, you can say that.
yeah,
You can say that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back in his physical.
That's right. But he's gonna come back
Glorified,
as power.
Yeah, if it was definite, if we knew exactly the minute the Lord, you had guys that be hypocrite.
Yeah, at the last minute.
And then at the last minute they'll straighten
Well,
up. You know.
that's why the Most High. And there was the thing where the Most High said, I'm coming back in a month.
Right.
You know how many cancers be out here, brothers get on fire?
Oh hell yeah.
So the Most High is gonna come in a day when you think not.
Right. That's the point.
Creep up
That's
on you.
it.
Beautiful. That's right. That's right. Well, he gonna creep up on Esau's ass,
Yeah.
which is the white man.
He gonna be like, oh shit.
That's it.
He said he's coming as a thief in the night. The thief don't let you know when he's coming.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Home invasion.
That's right. Home invasion. Yep. Go ahead. Where we at?
This is Matthew 24, verse 36.
Esau's home invasion.
But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
That's it. Straight to the point. Right? You don't even got to break it down. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. He shall make mention of Yahweh, keep not silent.
Keep bringing it out, man. Because it's coming.
Precept for you. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us
Israelites.
right. But let us watch and be sober.
Let us watch and be sober. Go ahead.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua.
So we gotta be saved because we're doing this work. We've been holding this thing down. This thing became famous because of us. Not just us, others in the outward teaching. Right? Don't you know this thing is worldwide, it's global?
It's global.
Now let's go back to Revelation 18.
Revelation 18 and 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
The Chinese became rich by America, mainly. They made items, products cheaper for you to buy and consume, and they became multi-millionaires and multi-billionaires, man. Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not.
Now, back in the day, High Priest Ariel said, well, we got to leave King Mashar. So we gotta get passports and we gotta get out of here. For the missiles, we gotta hop on planes. So the way we're gonna get up out of here is by the so-called UFOs. The white man calls them UFOs. We're gonna be beamed up out of here.
First Thessalonians.
UFO, that's how we're gonna get beamed up, man.
First Thessalonians, the 4th chapter.
Yeah.
Is UFOs? UFOs.
The Bible,
What they call UFOs.
You want
Those
to
ships that you see up in the sky.
Yep.
You look up and you see ships. Those are well. If you go into this thing, you see.
Right.
I got a priest in the
You'll see
pocket.
it. You know, you're new in this thing. You know, as you grow into this thing, you'll see it. You know. So I'm not mad at you. Believe what you want to believe. You know, but as you grow into this, you'll see it. Go ahead.
Psalm 68, verse
Now,
13.
now, what you just said, brother, I don't believe that. That's on you.
Yeah, UFO, that's kind of.
That was the way that, hey, how we were going to work in your day, know what be cool.
They do big shit
Hey,
like
get,
Star Trek and
well, where you think they get it from? Where you think they get it from? They actually see it.
Yep.
That's called art. That's called art imitating life.
Yep.
The white man sees it. Oh, let me make
Yeah,
something like that. Make a movie on it, man.
Or if I may say, that's why the Bible say the strangeness of his salvation. Because it's a strange thing, man.
That's
Suck around.
no, I think it was an article that came out that said the government was going to release something about UFOs.
Oh, they bent it. They said, yeah, the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy, if they saw anything that was unexplained, they wasn't supposed to say nothing.
That's right.
So now they said, you can say it, you can report it now, you know?
Right, so I think,
Yep.
I got priest.
They even made a new branch of the military called
Right, the Space Force.
Yeah, there you go.
Why? Because they know that there's UFOs up there, and they plan on fighting against the UFOs. But what they're going to find out is angels, you know?
Hey,
You'll see it eventually.
I know that in this galaxy,
Right. Well, look, the people up there in the other outer space, those are angels. Those are angels. They come from the heaven of heavens.
That's right.
You know? Go ahead.
Psalm 68, verse 13. Though ye have leaned among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove, covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. When the Almighty scattered kings in it, it was white as snow and salmon.
Go ahead.
The hill of the Most High is as the hill of Bashan, and high hill as the hill of Bashan. And that was the point I wanted to bring out.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Slakia.
Keep reading. No, keep reading.
And the hill of the Most High is as the hill of Bashan, and high hill as the hill of Bashan. Why leap ye high hills? This is the hill which the Most High.
That represent the children of Israel. And that goes, somebody hold Psalm 7 chapter. Why did the heathens rage? Go ahead, read on.
This is the hill which the Most High desireth to dwell in. Yea, the Lord will dwell.
This is the hill or the mountain that the Most High desires to dwell in. They tell you that in Revelation, the 21st chapter. He's going to dwell among men. And those men are Israelite men and their women and their children. Go ahead.
Yea, the Lord will dwell in it forever. The chariots of the Most High are 20,000.
Those are the UFOs. Go ahead.
even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place.
Now you got to go back to the reference to Sinai. What was that talking about? When they received the Lord's
Right.
statutes and commandments,
Deuteronomy.
there was a ship that came. No, Deuteronomy 33.
33.
Yep.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 33, starting at 1. It says, "And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of the Most High, blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000s of saints."
So what is that talking about? That's talking about the
Angel of them,
The angel limb.
the far corner.
The far corner. The angel limb. Coming around the mountain. Well, he coming
Around the mountain when he comes.
They ain't talking about the train. It's talking about the ships. Swing low, sweet chariot.
There you go.
The slaves, the enslaved Jakes, they saw them UFOs.
Yeah.
Esau was scared of them. Jake was telling them to swing down and come and get me.
Yeah, they knew they were chariots of the
And
Lord.
then how's it go?
Swing low,
Swing low, sweet chariot.
Right, coming forth to carry me home. Band of angels is what I see coming forth to carry me home.
I looked
Esau
over
wasn't singing that.
Nope.
Esau was scared to death.
They knew they
And
were
Esau's
angels.
scared to death
Oh.
right now.
I got something real
Yeah,
quick.
they knew they were angels.
You know, they were angels them.
He said-
Angel them.
Yeah, he said the lyrics. He said a band of angels
Coming after me.
coming after me.
And it was
He be coming around the mountain. He's talking about the Lord with the angels. Coming around what mountain? Mount Sinai. You know?
yeah, a slave made that song. I think his name was Wallace Willis. Yeah, Wallace. If you Google it, he's the one that sung that song, "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot."
I got a quick precept. Jeremiah 10:2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Yeah, they're dismayed. And the heathen are also Israelites. Then you're going to have Israelites, they're going to be dismayed too.
That's right.
But the ones that are written in the book of life, the ones that are written in the Lamb's book of life, which are the elect,
right.
they're going to understand everything, man.
That's right.
Everything's going to be crystal clear to them.
That's right.
So God
Go ahead.
already has his chosen.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The elect,
Exactly.
yeah, the elect.
Exactly. Ultimately, we all his chosen. All of us is his chosen. But he has a chosen within the chosen.
Yeah, that's the elect. Yep.
All right? But we're all chosen.
Like when the scriptures say, "Many are called, few are chosen." When you look up the Greek word for chosen, the Greek word there is eklektos, which means elect.
Yep. That's it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 14. "And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints."
There you go. So how the saints gonna come? They're gonna come in ships. UFOs. Go ahead.
Read one more verse. It says, "To execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds."
Who's ungodly? Esau is number one. The other
wicked.
nations and the two-thirds
Two-thirds
of
of
Jacob.
Israel.
Yeah.
Says, "Which they have ungodly committed, and of their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him."
Quick precept. First
And when you
Thessalonians.
speak against us, you demonizing us. The Most High got that all on record,
Yep.
right?
First Thessalonians 4:16. "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and the trump of the heavenly Father, and with the trump of the heavenly Father, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words."
Another precept you go to is Revelation 11:8. Go to that right quick.
11:8.
I got a quick
Verse 8.
I got a quick
So
precept.
Revelation,
Go ahead, bring it.
1 Peter 4:8, building on what the apostle said a little while ago. "He therefore that despiseth not man, but the Most High, who hath also given unto us his Holy Spirit."
Go ahead.
This is a Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. "And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city."
That great city is Babylon the Great, which is America. This is the great city. So our dead bodies is what? us walking around in a dead state of mind. Go ahead.
which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, this is not actual Sodom and Egypt, but this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Go ahead.
Verse 9, and they of the
When you
people.
came over here, the first ship, according to the records, what was the name of the first slave ship that came over here? Do you know?
Yeah.
The good ship Jesus. Look it up. If you look it up, the first ship that came, according to the records, the first ship that came over here was the good ship Jesus. And it was owned by so-called Jews. Why they call it the good ship Jesus? Because when you come over here, we're gonna give you another Jesus. All right? We're gonna give you another Jesus. Woo. Go ahead.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Because there was a time where we walking up and down the street, and the elite know that we're the Israelites, but they ain't going to tell us. So the Most High revealed it to us. So here we are. We know the secret. Now we're telling everybody. So Esau is mad right now because we done found out the secret. Go ahead.
You said another Jesus?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 Corinthians 11:4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus.
And Esau brought you another Jesus.
Right.
The white Jesus that loved everybody. You can be a homosexual,
White
you can be this, you can be that.
Yeah.
You can commit adultery, you can do what the hell you want to do, man.
Yeah. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom ye
What's
have.
the other Jesus? The real Jesus is so-called black Jesus. The fake Jesus that the white man gave you is the so-called white
That's
boy.
the one in Revelation.
That's right. So you got Jake's, even Baptists, they taking them pictures down of the white Jesus and putting up the real Jesus.
It's all about facts, man.
It's all about, thank you, brother. It's all about facts. That's a t-shirt right there. It's all about
I'm
facts.
interested in
Sakurai, you got that?
That's it. It's all about.
if he was white, then it would be white.
Yeah, but the fact is that he was so-called black. Yeah, but Esau don't want to wake up to that fact.
No, hell no.
Some of them would commit to it. So.
Well, some of them would have to. They have no choice but to admit to it. You know.
Right.
Just
But
the
deep
facts.
down, they really don't. They really hate it.
Yeah.
You know. Go ahead. Yeah, they got to deal with it. You got to deal with the facts.
Facts.
Just the facts, man.
The
Just
fact
the
that they're
facts.
gonna get foots up in their asses in the kingdom.
Sideways.
They're gonna be out there working in the field. That's in the scriptures too. They don't read
Facts.
that. They do sermons. They don't read that, man.
Remember that show?
They ain't gonna read Isaiah 60 and break it down. They ain't gonna read Isaiah 61, Isaiah 14, 1 and 2. They ain't gonna read that. Revelation 13, 9 and 10. They ain't gonna read that.
Nope. Facts. Remember that show, Dragnet?
Just the facts.
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
Just the facts. Esau don't want the facts. He wants the lies. He wants to look, man. This lie is coming to an end, man. It's being overruled. You got hate and you got love.
That's right.
You got lies. You got lies.
And you got hate.
Facts.
Oh, like in fact.
Here come lies. Here come lies. But here come facts coming back hard. And boom, it's a TKO.
Truth wins again.
Facts wins again. You know? Hey, you know that dude died, man?
Yeah.
Bill something
He was young, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 11:4. For if he that
He said truth is on the ropes. Here it comes.
Yeah. But here comes love.
Here comes love. And love is truth. Love is facts. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 11:4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus, whom ye have not preached,
So they
We have
crucified the real Lord over here in America, Sodom and Egypt.
Crossed them out.
whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with
You
him.
might well bear with them.
I understand because they came out with the History Channel did a thing on Hannibal Barca.
Yeah, Hannibal Barca. Yep.
Yeah, and they depicted him as a black man, which is true.
Yeah, because he's out of North Africa.
Right. Yep. And I was looking on YouTube, and the comments, it was just like a lot of white folks they just didn't say it.
Well, they want everything to be white.
Yep.
White supremacy.
They want that's the meaning of the word, the definition of the word white supremacy.
Yep. Hey, because
And they
you,
call us black supremacists. Right. We're supremacists because we're over you, man.
yep,
And we ain't
Most
black.
High made us over you.
he's the supreme.
Yeah, and we ain't black.
Right.
You like to call us black because it means negative, void of light, with different shades of brown. It's just, you know, our people should stop calling themselves black, man.
Like KRS, I'm not black, I'm white, but I'm brown.
From the
From the Boogie Down Productions, of course. I like to be original.
Yep.
And we're brown,
Right.
man.
That's right. Go ahead.
This is St. John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Truth is facts. And facts cannot be disputed.
No liars of the truth.
No lies of the truth.
If I may say, they showed that in the movie X. Seen in when they were in the jail, he told Malcolm to look up black and then look up white. It's a play on words. You know, they call themselves white because white means innocent, not intending to harm.
And they had a chaplain played by this guy, what's his name? Matt Cannon, great actor. Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
He played the pastor, and that was a chaplain in the prison.
Right.
So what do they give you in the prison? They give you the white Jesus, man.
Yep.
Another Jesus.
Give you that Christianity.
Another Jesus.
That's the other Jesus. Go ahead, the other white meat. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 25 and 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Yeah, there's a covering cast over all people. They don't know what's going on. The masses don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
And the veil that is spread over all nations.
Over all nations, because Moabites don't know who the hell they are. All these scriptures, all these different nations in the Bible, they got to be walking around.
Yeah.
Moabites, Ammonites, Hamites, Cushites,
Right.
Mizraim, Ishmaelites. Well, the Ishmaelites know who they are.
What's
Elamites.
gonna happen with this Iran and Ukraine?
Ultimately, it's going to turn into a third world war, the war of Armageddon.
Yep.
But it's not going to happen yet. It's not going to happen yet. All right?
Quick precept.
But it's the bidding of the Most High. Go ahead, Hot.
Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
They don't consider who they are.
The ox and an ass, that's two stupid animals.
But they know who their masters are.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Hot. You got a precept?
This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse
Oh
2.
man.
It's quick, brothers, quick.
It
Yeah.
says, for my people are as foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding.
Yeah, that word sottish, when you look it up, it means stupid. The majority of our people, man, they act like they ain't got no sense, man.
Yep. I know where you're going, bro. But I got it already.
None understanding.
Now, for real, now you laughing, but it's true. When you look up, did you ever look up the word sottish?
Nah,
Man, it means stupid. Look it
I
up.
don't get into words and stuff.
Oh, you should, because words.
Words to open up your mind.
There you go. There you, how does it go?
I read, but I don't really get into like.
Sometimes you
I'll
got
probably
to
look up.
Sometimes you got to go into key words. Look
To
them up.
understand what you're
You'll get
reading.
into the root words.
I was to say, no, mine is like a parachute. It works best when it's open.
You familiar with the term etymology?
Yeah.
Etymology is the root of words. So you look up a word, then you find out where the word came from.
That's it. Woo!
Gives you a better understanding.
Give you a better understanding.
He had to jump back on that one.
Go ahead. Where we at?
It says, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
That's right.
That's it.
I got a quick one. Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. I got another one real quick, if I may. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge. And their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
And And what's the last captivity?
America.
America. Give me that in the Baruch. I knew that they would not hear me for their stiff-necked people.
What is that? 2, Baruch 2?
I got it. It's Baruch
Yeah,
chapter.
Israel went through a lot of captivity.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. This is the last one. The Egyptians, Babylonians, the Syrians, yep. That's right. The Romans. And this is, this is Rome all over again. This is the Roman Empire all over again. But it's not being called the Roman Empire.
Right.
You go to YouTube and you put in Rome, parallels between Rome and America, and they'll tell you, yeah, America's going the way of Rome.
Yep.
And Rome thought they would never go down, but they started going down. And you know what made them go down? The monetary system, man.
I'm signing him out.
They had to divide the denarius, and they're doing the same thing now. Said they have laden themselves with heavy clay. That means debt. Go ahead.
This is Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity,
This is the land of our this is one of the land. This is the last land of captivity. Go ahead.
they shall remember
Well,
themselves.
this is really talking about here, because any captivity that we were under, we always knew that we were Israelites. The Roman captivity, they said, yeah, you can keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You can call yourself Israelites. When Alexander the Greek took over the Israelites, they said you can keep the laws, you don't even have to really pay tribute, because Alexander saw the priests of Israel come before him, man. And the priests of Israel showed Alexander who he was in the scriptures.
Yep.
He showed him in Daniel the 2nd chapter and Daniel the 7th chapter. Yeah, go to that.
Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
You know what? Go up a couple of verses. Go up to like the 8th verse.
Hosea chapter 1, verse 8. Now when she had weaned lo Ramah,
Now you got it. Now that's the Hebrew word. And when you look that word up, lo ha-ramah, that means no mercy. Most God's not going to have mercy on us. Go ahead.
now when she weaned lo Ramah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami,
Which means not my people. La-a-aim-ya, not my people. And that was the Apostle Paul brought that up in Romans the 9th chapter, around about the 23rd, 24th verse, that we're not going to know our names. But in the place where it said, that ye are not my people, there shall be said, ye are the children of the living power. So what's that place? That place is right here in America.
Yep.
We're being taught that we're the Israelites.
Beginning with Abba. Abba
Beginning with
Bivens,
Abba,
which
yep.
is Elijah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
because in all the other captivities, like the apostle said, we knew that we were Israelites. Everybody had their name, Israel, or so-and-so, Bun, so-and-so, Bun Yasha Allah.
quick precept, if I may. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Huh? It's America. Go ahead.
Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
That's America. That's America.
Yep.
In the place where it said unto you, not my people, go ahead.
It says, and it shall come to pass that in that place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Ye are the Israelites, sons of the living God, sons of the living power. Go ahead.
Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head.
That head is David, King David. Because David's going to sit back on his throne under Yahushua. Go ahead.
And they shall come up out of the land.
That land, the land. The main deliverance is going to be in America.
America. Yeah.
Go ahead.
And they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Jezreel, the seed of the power, the seed of God. Now go to Hosea 3 and 5.
Hosea chapter 3 verse 5, it says, afterwards shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their power.
And that's we're doing it right now. Go ahead.
And David their king.
David their king. So that's the answer. They're appointing themselves one head. That one head is David, King David. Go ahead.
And shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days.
What time period are we in? We in the latter days.
Yep.
And so fear the Lord. How are we going to fear the Lord? By going into the book, the good book.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. How does that fit the so-called Jews? How does that fit them?
He's not talking about that.
Yahushua told the disciples that they would be preaching at the ends of the earth. You know, they didn't do that back then.
Get that in Acts 1.
Yeah, the prophecy said, shall fear the Lord in the land. So-called Jews.
See, Esau knows this. What we're talking right now, Esau had been there.
Yeah, they knew.
So they're saying, well, we got to try to stop it. Well, how you going to stop the Most High, man? This is the Most High's program.
That's right.
This ain't your program. You part of his program, fool.
Right, you an
created
android
you.
for the Lord.
You an android for the Lord on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Yeah, he created you, fool.
Go ahead. Where we at?
Acts chapter 1 verse 6. When they therefore will
Start
come.
at 5.
Okay. Acts chapter 1 verse 5. For John truly baptized with water, but you shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days hence. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And he said unto them, it is not for you to know that.
Why did they say, well, thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel and the other nations? Why did they say that?
Yeah, right.
Huh?
He gave them a message.
Because they knew that the Lord only came for Israel. He came for his people, man.
That's right.
And then earlier we read Jezreel, the name Jezreel, and we broke it down. It means seed of the power. The seed of the power ain't all the other nations. The seed of the power, the Israelites.
But they're getting mad. How you gonna get mad at truth?
Facts.
How you gonna get mad at facts?
Facts, man.
Truth.
Facts.
And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. But you shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and you shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
Now, when you look up the uttermost part, it means the furthest that you can go on the other side of the earth. They were in the east. What's the other part of the earth? The west. The uttermost part of the west is over here in America. The end of America is California. Then you got the Pacific. You got the Atlantic and the Pacific, man.
Quick precept.
See, Esau knows this, man, and he's losing sleep over this.
Oh, hell yeah. Quick precept for you.
You can't stop this, man.
Can't stop.
We're the juggernaut, bitch. Both sides of the juggernaut, man.
That's right.
Hey, you know, brother, you know what a juggernaut is? If you look that word up.
That's the Marvel.
But you know what? You know what?
Unstoppable force.
That's right. That's what it means. That's what it
Nigga that
means.
shakes the ground.
That's it.
Crack concrete.
That's right. Well, that's us. That's us. We're gonna be the juggernaut, man. We're gonna roll over Esau and the other nation. We're gonna say, shut the hell up, because we the juggernaut, bitch. You know?
Crack heads and legs.
Baruch 5
Well,
and
you're
5.
right on that. You're right on that. No, you're right on that, brother. I'm agreeing with you. Not all white people are bad. No, of course. They're part of the elect. They're part of the elect. We're just talking about the wicked. We're talking about the Edomites.
But you got a lot of, and I was talking about this too. I was in Stinking Lincoln yesterday, and they was like, Puerto Rican dude, he was like, yeah. Security guard gave him a hard time. He was like, yo, it's always your own people. And I was like, no, please. I was just having a hard time. MCA nigga, I had to train. He tried to give me a hard time. Talking about, oh, cops. I'm like, you a sucker, man. Sometimes it be your own.
That's true. That's true. Well, that's true. That's true.
These niggas,
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Edomite pulled me the hell over, man. I had my shit already. He kind of smiled. He said, "Put your seatbelt on."
Yeah, but sometimes it be
No, that's true. No, that's true. You're right on that, brother.
And they go.
Them that are our family are like folks, man.
Yep, that's right.
That's
Man's foes shall be there of their own house.
That's it.
That's right. Yep.
Because they trying to appease Whitey.
Shay Whitey.
They're trying to appease Whitey, man.
Extra
Yeah,
dollar.
they're trying to get that. Yeah, maybe they'll get the raise. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the nigga say he's gonna pull a cut. You know,
Well, that's a house nigga coming back. That's all that is. A house nigga coming back.
I mean, he ain't gonna get no extra money on his
That's a
check.
house
I'm
nigga coming back.
nigga from Django. What was the nigga?
Oh, Steven. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steven, that was the ultimate house nigga, man.
Yeah.
That was Satan, man. That was the black devil. Go ahead. When I saw that movie and I saw him come out that house, man, I got scared. He said, "Who that nigga on that neck? Who that nigga on that neck?" Go ahead.
I had someone fear the Lord.
Hey, you know what this guy said? What's his name? The actor that played Steven, Samuel
Samuel
Jackson. He said he looked at the script. He said, "You want me to play this fucking
Worst
guitar?"
nigga.
He said, "How much
worst
you
nigga
going?"
in his-
Yep. He said, "How much you gonna pay me?" He said, "Look, I'll do it."
Yeah. Hey, he's about the money.
He's about the money, man.
That's what
He's
I'm
a
saying.
high, he's the highest paid Jake damn near
Actor.
anybody as far as movies are concerned. He make more money than Denzel, all of them, man.
He's in every movie.
Yeah,
Because you
he's
know
in
what?
every movie.
He'll take every role.
in every movie, yeah.
He'll take every role, man.
Yeah.
Go
Every
ahead.
and any role.
He'll be in any role. If you gonna take a role called Snakes on the Plane, bro, you take any goddamn
Black Snake Moan.
The black snake bone. Yep. Go ahead.
Black snake.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Sirach
That's
chapter 1,
nuts.
verse 7.
Crazy, man.
It
Sam
says,
Jacob crazy.
unto whom hath
Uncle
the
Sam
knowledge of
Jackson.
wisdom been made manifest, and who hath understood her great experience? There is one wise and greatly to be feared. The Lord sitting upon his throne. He created her and saw her and numbered her and poured her out upon all his works. She is with all flesh according to his gift, and he hath given her to her that them that love him.
You know, her is a wizard. Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of the Lord is maketh a merry heart and giveth joy and gladness and long life. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. The fear of the Lord is the fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruits. She filleth all their houses with things desirable, and garners with her increase. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High, and enlargeth their rejoicing that love him.
That love him. That love him. We love the Lord. That's why the most.
That's it.
We love the Lord.
What was that?
We read it one more time.
That's it.
This is Sirach chapter 1, verse. It continues on. It says, it's Sirach 1 and 19.
That's part of the scripture. The book of Sirach. Yep. Go ahead.
Wisdom raineth down. It's like wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast. The foot of wisdom is to fear the Lord, and the branches thereof are long life.
You know what? Give me Proverbs 1 and 1.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation the words of the wise and their dark sayings.
Oh, the dark sayings, that's these breakdowns, man. Go ahead.
Verse 7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Fools despise wisdom and instruction. So you got a lot of fools among our people that's going to die. You got a lot of fools among our people that's going to take that chip, because we've been telling them for years the market of pieces of microchip, so they're fucking up against it. So what you going to tell you about that? You know about the market? You ever heard about the market? Yeah, that's a microchip, man. Even Charlemagne the God said that. He said the market of beast is the microchip, man. He actually said that 2 times.
They got it, man.
And then he asked DJ Envy. He asked DJ Envy, "Are you gonna give your kids the market of beast on the chip?" He said, "Yeah."
Yo, he should.
Ultimately, they're gonna put it in your hand.
Yo, he feeling like a fucking tap, like
Yep.
track phone shit. Like, why you think they call track phone? They tracking your ass.
No, that's true. That's true.
This is just a pre-cool, like.
That's right.
I'm
That's
not
right.
taking that shit.
See, that's the spirit. That's the spirit,
You
man.
shouldn't have to put a fucking device in me.
Thank
for
you,
me to
thank you,
survive
thank
and
you,
eat.
brother. Thank you, brother.
What the fuck I look like a goose?
Damn.
You really want
Bro, that's what they do. They put
an animal or
a dog or cat.
Elaborate.
yeah, like I'm on some type of fucking experiment.
Yep.
Nah, dude, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry.
That's that spirit. That's the spirit crying out, man.
God.
That's the spirit crying out.
Hey, come here, let's put this chip
Yep,
in you
yep,
so you
yep.
can eat
That's right.
peanut butter and jelly.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Smack that shit.
Keep that energy, brother. You know, keep that energy. All
Like,
right.
listen, I try to keep peaceful. You know what I'm saying? I try
Right.
to keep, you know, I'm not so I try to keep
Right,
it
right,
peaceful,
right.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Where your people go back to?
politics.
You West Indian?
Yeah.
Okay, and you know you mentioned that you were a wolf. That's the sign. That's the signet of Benjamin. So he'd be a Benjaminite, no?
So-called
West
West
Indian, so-called West Indian. Go ahead.
It says, Sirach chapter 1, verse 21, the fear of the Lord is driving away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath. A fierce, I'll skip down to 26. It says, if thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Lord shall give her
Oh,
unto
if
thee.
thou desire wisdom. So vocab, you said we don't got to keep the commandments.
That's right.
That's why you don't have no wisdom. That's why you said the mark of the beast is sin. And you said the end of the world is the whole earth is going to blow up like the Death Star. Let's show you don't know. And you got your vocab bets, them black vocab bets following your ex, man.
Vocab.
And they're going to take that chip. They're going to take that chip too.
Vocab the Herodian.
That's right. That's right. All right, so now let's go back to Revelation. We're going to go shift gears, go back to Revelation 18.
Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
So that's an angel calling on the elect to come up, and they're going to be beamed up.
But you know what? We're going to eat anyway.
Of course. Well, since you said that, you know what I want. I say it.
Because the most high, he got people in strong places.
That's it. That's it.
And politics too.
That's right. That's right.
He putting people. He don't just got people in low places.
You got people. That's right. That's right. Oh, that's the spirit. Go ahead and read that.
Isaiah
We're gonna give you the scripture on there. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12. It's like in verse 13.
You know, start at 9.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 9. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, and
Hold on, a seed out of Jacob. Well, where's Esau at? Where's Esau at? He said, I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob. Where the hell is Esau? Huh?
Where does he fit in the equation?
Where does he fit in the equation? Read that again, please.
I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah,
And out of Judah. Go ahead.
an inheritor of my mountains.
Inheritance meaning a rich man died, he passed his estate unto his son. So the Most High is not going to die, but he's going to pass his estate unto us on the earth. Go ahead.
Mine elect shall inherit
Now,
it.
did I mention the elect earlier? I mentioned the elect, which is Israel. Read it again.
The Greek word, and my elect shall inherit it.
Say again.
What's the Greek word for elect?
Electos. Electos. Yep. Go ahead.
And mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there.
That's talking about who gonna get the kingdom. Who gonna get the kingdom? The elect.
That's right.
Who are the elect?
Israelites.
Israelite. Can you give me a scripture on that? I'm thinking about Isaiah. What is that? Isaiah 44 verse 5, I think 45. It's in the 40s.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 45, verse 4. For Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect.
There you go. Where's Esau at? Where's Esau? He's nowhere to be found. You sold your birthright, man. We're going to get the blessings of the kingdom. All you're going to get is the fatness of the land with that sword that Isaac gave him.
Yeah.
And that's it, man.
And the Lord said, woe unto him that coveteth the evil covetousness to his house, and establish his city by blood.
So let's go back to Isaiah. Where you at? Go ahead. Then we'll go back to Isaiah 65.
It's Romans 9 and 12. It says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Now, how you going to get around that, Esau? You still to this day haven't called yourself Esau. When you going to call yourself an Edomite? You know? Go ahead, Isaiah 65.
Like in Isaiah chapter 65, verse 10. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for the herds to lie down in. For my people that have sought, but ye or they that forsake the Lord Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain.
That's them 2/3. Them sellouts. Go ahead.
That prepare a table for
Hey, brother, I got to say it like that. It's them sellouts, man.
The
Go ahead.
Sambos.
and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword,
Go ahead.
and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, he did not answer. When I spake, he did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name.
Another name is what? The other name is Israel. You know? Go ahead.
The Israel of the Most High.
Israel of the Most High. Go ahead.
That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of truth.
Yeah, so going back to what? To the facts. Truth. You got it.
Go ahead.
Because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered.
Read that again. Read that again.
It says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered.
And the former shall not be remembered. And the former shall not be remembered. And the former shall not be remembered. Who's the former? Esau.
Right now, this.
And you know what scripture come in mind? Job.
Yeah.
Job 20:5.
This nonsense we're in right now.
This hellhole.
You the former Esau, man. That's why you don't want to admit that you an Edomite.
That's what I was saying too. I was like, yo, I don't want to say that.
Right, because you're an Israelite.
Yeah, I was like, an Afro. Call me an Afro, but not an African.
Yeah.
I'd rather be called an Afro.
Yeah, but you're an Israelite.
You call it Israel.
You're an Israelite. Yeah. Israel just simply means When you look that word up, it simply means son of the king. I mean prince of the power, prince of God. That's all it means. Now when you go to Google, put in the word Israel, meaning of the word Israel.
Oh,
Esau
man.
gonna give you some crap,
nonsense.
some nonsense.
He wrestles with
Some
God.
doo-doo, some caca.
Yeah, he wrestles with God.
Yeah, he who wrestles with God, right? Where'd you get
No,
that
that,
from?
well, wait a minute. How would you say that? To show that that's what it means. He who wrestles with God would be Yaka, Naftal, Allah.
Yeah.
He that wrestles with God. That's not what it means.
Yeah,
But
they-
Esau knows. This devil knows. He
Yeah.
knows it means the prince of the Most High.
Prince of Power, yeah.
They're probably talking about, didn't he wrestle with Jesus?
Yes, he did.
Jacob,
That's
talking
what he.
about
That's what he said.
That's what they're alluding to.
That's what they're alluding to, but that's
It
not
is.
the actual breakdown of it.
Yep.
Because that's where the angel changed his name from Jacob to Israel.
Yasha Allah. Jacob, Yaqua means supplanter. All right, he supplanted Esau. That's why Esau hates us. They talk about hate. You hate us because our daddy Jacob, one of our forefathers, ripped your ass off. You know, gave you some pottage to eat and got your birthright, man. So we got the blessing, not you. He got the first blessing. We got the second place. And they thank you. Go ahead.
It says, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes.
Where you reading from?
Isaiah 65.
Go up another verse again. 15 verse.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 15. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
That another name is Israel, because they took away the name Israel. So now the Most High going to give you that name back, Israel, because for a long period of time we didn't know who we were.
But how did they get the land?
But they took it. They took it
By the sword.
by the sword. They had the power.
They had the power
The
of the
gun.
sword.
The gun. The modern day
Yo,
sword
they
is a
treat them
gun.
people in Gaza like
They're gonna pay for it, man. By the hands of the Most High.
Got some.
guys like dirt.
And a lot of them in Gaza are Israelites, man. In Palestine, a lot of them are Israelites.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Where you reading from?
Ezekiel 36 and 5. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel and say unto the mountains, well, that was the main point.
I got a quick.
Goes on to say these two lands are ours in possession.
I think that was, is that the 35th chapter?
Edom, the one. Edom, one.
Right.
Once you got a relationship,
35 and 10.
bitch almost gonna be killed. Edom,
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Ezekiel,
I had a Spanish bitch trying to kill me too. I don't know, like, trying to line me up.
You gotta be careful.
God's telling me, like, yo,
You gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful, Ak. You gotta be careful. Hey, go ahead.
Ezekiel 35 and 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee.
Yeah, so the Most High gonna judge this man. Right, where we at?
I had a quick precept, Pastor, if I may. Genesis 27, verse
Forget
37.
about that. We're gonna go back into Revelation 18. Go ahead.
This is dealing with Esau taking over by way of force, you know? It was his blessing. It says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, talking about Jacob, Lord over Esau, and all his brethren have I given to him for his servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him, and what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou for one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live.
That's why they took over the world. Through thy sword. Go ahead.
And shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Yeah, that's because at one time the Edomites were enslaved under us, which is the white man, and they broke. They saw us in a week. They were in slavery under us, and that's why they're against us so hard now.
I don't think we had like slavery like how we had.
No, we were kicking their ass. We were kicking their white asses. We were beating. It's hard to believe.
We had them in slavery.
Yeah,
like
because we've been in slavery so much. They've been over us so much. It's hard for us to believe
I think
that.
we had servants. Like,
No, we had slaves, man. We were kicking them in their ass.
It was one king that was tossing them over the who was that, King Asa?
Amaziah.
Oh, Amaziah, Salak.
Well, he was a simple
Yeah,
ass
he
king
was.
because he started worshiping their gods.
Yeah.
Started worshiping Barry Manilow. Hey, you know, the Edomite god looked like Barry Manilow, man. Quas. Esau's god looked like Barry Manilow, man. So they started worshiping Barry Manilow, which was a so-called Jew. Go ahead. You got something else? Sakaran?
No, that was it.
It's Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 15, saying the same subject. It says,
And then we were killing them too. Well, give me that in what is that? 1 Kings 11. Go down to Hadad. Hadad with Jacob.
we're righteous, man. We want.
But you can kill. But you can kill it. But you can kill in righteousness. When the kingdom comes, when our kingdom is established, if somebody breaks the laws, if somebody commits adultery, there he goes right there. It's Barry Manilow right
That's
there.
the white man's God. Right?
That's Esau's.
It looked like a
That's how we
so-called
know
Jew.
that they're Look at that nose.
Look at that
He
honker.
don't look like a Puerto Rican. He don't look like a Dominican. He don't look like Jake.
Turco
He don't look like he's a Turco Edomite.
Big sausage nose.
If somebody commits a law unto death, the judges put them to death.
Yeah. It put you on the death penalty, on the death row, right? Death penalty.
And they're trying to reform that. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to put that because you know what I'm saying, like.
They get that from the scriptures, from the
I
Bible.
know it's an eye for an eye, you know what I mean? But,
Well, that's going to come back into effect.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You gotta
Oh, we'll forgive them. We'll forgive them. Not the way they want to be forgiven. Go ahead, Ak.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 10.
We're going
Start at
to
9.
forgive them, give them what they gave us.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But if you back into a corner, then
That's right. It's called offense. Yep.
It says, if any man have
him
an
a good
ear, let him
send-off.
hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Man.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So patience, we got to wait for it to come.
patience.
Yep.
Patience.
You can't just jump the gun.
You gotta be patient.
You just can't go crazy. All right, go ahead.
It's Hebrews chapter 9, verse 27. It says, and as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this the judgment.
Plain and simple. So judgment is always going to come. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 3:3. A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. So, like the apostle was saying, there's going to be a time to kill in righteousness,
I
man.
don't want to sound like, listen, I'm with the shit. But what I'm trying to say is like, it's a better way to deal with this whole situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, when you get deeper into this, you'll see.
You'll
it,
understand, yeah.
You'll understand. Yep.
I'm with the shit.
The Most High said, "I kill and make
I'm not
alive."
taking, they're not going to
Give me that. Give me that. Deuteronomy 32.
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 32
And 39.
and 39. And it says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Yeah, but you gotta read that.
Right.
Well, and, you got to leave it up to the gods, right?
Yeah.
Leave it up to the gods.
Not the gods, bro.
Like I said, if you get back into a corner and they're trying to like apply pressure, then by all means you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't let no man take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying?
But
Don't
in the kingdom,
don't just go around throwing your weight around, over here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what they did to us.
In that spirit, man. All right, go ahead, Art.
Yeah, they did do us dirty. They did do us dirty and say, right?
They gotta feel it, man. They gotta feel the fire.
Hey, the scriptures.
Slave movie, I get tight.
Oh yeah, what about you? Hey, brother.
What was that
Hey,
last
when Roots, I was in high school, man. When Roots came out, brother. When I was in high school, brother. The next day in high school, we wasn't talking to no white people. We were looking at the teachers. And like the teachers were teaching and shit. We looking at the teachers, man. Like,
Size of the
say
mouth.
something stupid. We'll kick your ass.
They hate when this come out too because they like
12 years of slavery.
And when they came out with Roots, right? They had a ceremony. And they had all the actors, even the black actors, were looking at the white actors sideways.
Yeah.
Yo, what was that last joint? I said, I'm not watching no more slavery.
12 years a slave.
Yeah, when he whipped Shorty.
Yeah.
Son, I was like, I wanted to hop into the screen like, what is he doing? This nigga's just sitting there watching it, I'm getting whipped. I couldn't do it.
Well, there's nothing that you could do.
Yeah.
Oh, give me that. Give me that
Deuteronomy
Deuteronomy 28.
You gotta be
There's
payback
no
for that.
biting our hand.
The last one I had to see.
And in Roots, they took Kizzy, right?
Was,
And Kunta Kinte couldn't do a damn thing about it.
What was the Nat Turner?
Did the Nat Turner?
Oh.
Yep.
And
Birth
your
of a
brothers
Nation.
know where's that?
Yep. That's right.
You got
That's
it?
right.
The one.
Go ahead.
There be
Bring
no
it
might
on
in thy
out.
hand.
Bring it on out.
He was reading the Bible too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well, he knew the parts in the Bible that dealt with judgment. See what Esau, the white man that Esau did, he gave the slaves the slave Bible. You know what the slave Bible
32,
was?
verse 32.
They took out all the things about paying back somebody for slavery. They only put scriptures in them to benefit slaves, but it was nothing but a lie. Nothing but a goddamn lie. You know? Go ahead.
And he said, his wife got raped. And he was like,
Well, we're going to read that. We're going to read that. Go ahead.
his wife, he was like, this is
We're
it.
going to read that. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look, and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
That's right, because they sold you on auction blocks, man.
No might.
And January 1st was the day that slave fair, because what they did was they had to make their money back, so they would take families, and if one plantation owner wanted a baby, just give me them babies. They didn't care about the multiplying. That's right. So Esau's gonna go through the same thing. It was fucked
They
up.
raped his wife. I was like, yo, that's fucked
That's
up.
right. That's right.
'Cause he was out here in the slave master, he was fucking helping.
That's right.
He just sat back and said, oh, I guess. I'm going all around preaching the truth.
See, now you're getting riled up, brother.
Yeah,
You're getting turned up. Go ahead.
Second
Go ahead.
Thessalonians chapter 1,
Believe
verse
me, the
6.
Most High gonna turn you up anyway. He gonna turn you up.
It's nothing you can do. Like
Well, you
said,
can't. Right. You don't gotta be
It's an
turned.
android effect. Like once you put the boom on
There you go. There you go. Man's
Like
going
Larry Davis?
man's goings of the Lord. And how
Yeah,
can a
like
man
Larry
then
Davis,
understand it?
like,
That's
put
right.
the Larry Davis.
That's right.
Larry Davis.
That's right. He had to do what he had to do. You know.
Yo, and that was fucked up too, because he was working for them.
Yep.
And then I guess he fucked up the packet. He said he didn't want to do it no more.
Yeah, he didn't want to do
Like,
it.
what the fuck was you talking about? You don't want to do this no more. And on top of that, son was fucking his wife. One of the cops was fucking his Larry Davis.
Well, that's how they roll, man.
You know
That's
what
how
I'm
they
saying?
roll.
So he was like, oh, I ain't
That's how they roll.
I'm saying, doing some dirtbag
That's
shit.
how the devil
They was
operates,
like,
man.
word,
Dirtbag
you know, come
shit.
get you. Next time,
heard
bust
that
his
long
and shit
time.
like
They
that.
doing some dirtbag
This nigga, yo, he had a fucking two or some shit. I guess he had a 9. And this nigga did some robbery.
I remember when all that shit happened in the news, man.
Yo, I seen the documentary. I was like, yo,
Well, I remember when it actually happened, brother. I can tell you where his house
that
is.
shit
yo.
Nah, they probably
that shit
switched
was
it.
like liberating.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is Second Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Yeah, that's
Recompense.
No, you got it, Apostle.
No, recompense means payback.
God. Luke, what is it? Luke 18. Shall not the Most High avenge his own?
Yeah, it means payback.
Payback. It means payback.
Yeah.
So in the kingdom, right? In the kingdom, we're gonna do to them what they did to us in the kingdom. That's payback, man.
Go ahead.
I don't think about the slavery shit and all this
There you go.
And I
See the most
like,
you getting turned
you know what I'm
up,
saying?
man.
I
There
look
you
at
go.
the shit and how they had niggas with the chain, with the shit.
There you-
walking
yeah,
through,
man,
you know,
yeah.
That's it. That's it.
The bells on the bells, yeah, man. They got to be a pay. Hey,
It'll be a payback.
Esau ain't paid for that. When have they paid for that? They ain't paid for that. So when they gonna pay? They're gonna pay in the kingdom, man.
Or something, then we could talk.
Well, that's the reparations.
Some reparations. Here's some bread.
That's the
Which they're not
reparations.
going to give you. They're not going to give us. They're not going to give. They talking behind Jake Black. Is these niggas crazy? That's how they talking. That's what they saying behind closed doors, man.
Yeah, I don't think.
Hey, for you know what?
I don't think
You know how many of our people is in this country? They estimated at 50 million. 50 million. They're saying by 2030 it'll be 50. No, it's 50 million plus of our people in this country, and that's just the tribe of Judah. So if they was to give $1 million for each person, that would be trillions of dollars. That would be trillions of dollars. All right.
I got a precept for you, Apostle. Ezekiel 25:12.
Well, they're in debt right now.
Oh,
Esau's catching.
that's what you got. Hey,
Go ahead,
bro.
go ahead and read it. Whoever got it, go ahead.
You got it, brother. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Did you catch that? The Lord said, I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people.
And give me Luke. Give me Luke 21, verse 20.
This is Luke 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem,
Which you never gonna get. We never gonna get that, man. If we was to get it, we'd have got it already, and we'd have been spent it already.
But if I may say, my man, yo, if I may say, that's real reparations. This is real reparations. I will lay. Hold up, man. Let me just read it. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. That's real reparations. To do to them what they did to us,
All it
man.
says is eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for life, burning for burning, death for death. Well, they know that. That's why they're afraid.
Or if I may read.
They're afraid, man. They're afraid of the fact that the people that they've enslaved
That's
are
right.
the Israelites, or the sons of the Most High.
Niggas that partaking in bullshit. Like, no, this shit is like, no, what are you? Like the MTA nigga, like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, you about to see him, what are you going to come for me from Poppy to fucking dream, bro? Now, what if I was because I was on my shit, I was not leaving. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. What if I didn't leave and they came?
Or they would grab you up. They grab you up.
I'll pop shit to them.
Now, well, you got to be careful what you say to the police.
Nah, I don't.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll finish the verse. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord.
And what I say, give me Luke 21, verse 20.
Luke, you got it?
No, go ahead, you got it.
Luke 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea
I'm sorry,
flee.
you got to go up to like the 18th verse. It's further
18.
up. Go ahead.
This is Luke 21, verse 18. But there shall not an hair of your head perish, in your patience possess ye your souls.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem.
No. You got to go up. It's a verse where it says the day of vengeance. I think it's like go to the 15th verse.
15.
I thought it was closer to the 20th verse.
This is Luke 21, verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed by both parents. This is what verse? 22nd. All right, I'm going to jump down to verse 22. It says, for these be the days of vengeance.
For these be the days of vengeance. What's that talking about? The Romans taking us over. It said the Romans, what's that a fulfillment of? Luke 21, 70 AD. So who took us down? The Romans, right? So what did it say? For these be the days of vengeance. So who was getting vengeance? The Romans, right? Based upon what? Based upon what we did to them as Edomites. So that proved to you right there that the Romans, the top Romans, knew that they were Edomites, man. And them so-called Jewish scholars, they say that. They all say that. Well, most of them say it. They say that the ancient Romans were Edomites. They descended from Edom. That's all I want on that. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 149 and 5.
So and them getting vengeance over us, we're going to get vengeance over them.
That's it. That's real reparations.
That's real reparations.
Yeah,
because they remember what we did during the time of King David.
Goes around, comes around.
There you go.
Right.
That's it.
Put seven shit out of the universe.
It's going to come right back. And Esau knows that. Reciprocity, man. Common.
Because the so-called white man's money, that ain't reparate. That thing is being devalued by the second. That's a curse.
They know it.
And they know it, man.
They would have to pay us in gold.
Yeah, in gold. Pure gold.
Go ahead.
It's Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. It says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establisheth a city by iniquity.
Where you reading from? Nahum?
Habakkuk.
Okay, Habakkuk. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Precept. It's Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, so that's payback. Give me Nahum 3.
Apostle, I got a precept for
Go ahead, bring your
reparations.
precept out.
Job 20 and 18.
Well, we said we are going to read Job anyway, right? We had one precept. Start at 5.
Job 20 and 5. It says that the triumphant of the wicked is short.
Who's the wicked? The Esau. Edomite. The Esau.
The Esau.
Malachi 1 tell you that. Esau now, they ain't talking about. They're talking about anybody that's wicked. No, but what does Malachi 1 say?
Yo, them crackers down south are showing they real shit.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Really showing.
That's true. That's true.
They are.
That's true.
Them crackers down south, fuck these niggas. Them niggas down south, they really want to bring slavery.
Well, Trump
they
said.
bring that shit back.
Trump said he want to make America great again. When was America great? When we was in slavery. So he's telling you in code, you know, he's saying we want to put niggas in slavery again, man. Go ahead.
That the triumphant of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
He shall perish in flames.
That's right. He shall perish in flames. Go ahead.
They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea,
that's going to be the complete destruction of the Edomite.
right. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not.
They're going to do it. They're going to have it. Go ahead.
He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Reparations.
That's reparation. Yep.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth,
Because he's in the power seat. Go ahead.
though he hide it under his tongue,
Oh, that's the Illuminati.
though he sped,
Naughty want my mind, soul, and my body. Sick to society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'm mistaken, caught me. They can't find me. They gonna move to Jesus in the GOP.
though he sped and
Yeah,
forsake.
that's an actual group.
Yeah,
This is
MOB.
MOB.
That's right.
MOB. That's why they got him.
Yep.
But he the one that brought him. Like niggas was like, yo, Illuminati, what the fuck was that? Illuminati, man, in the way
He had to school him. He had to school Jake, man. We've been saying that for years, man.
Illuminati want my mind, soul, and
That's
my
right.
body.
That's right. That's right.
Though he sped and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat is in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up. Reparations.
Reparations. True reparations. Go ahead.
He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore.
There you go.
Reparations. And shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be.
Restitution is reparations.
Reparations.
According to his substance.
According to his substance.
He got a lot of
He
substance.
got a lot of substance.
He got the whole world in his head.
All that, when we talking about money, we're talking about gold and silver.
Like 400 years they had us fucked up. Man, like,
Man, they got something called old money. These devils are still making money from off our old slavery. It's called
all
old
my
money.
Ancestors,
Yeah, there you go.
grandparents who was down south picking cotton, they got their money.
Old money. It's called old money.
They got their money. We picking fucking cotton in the hot
And that's why they call us a hate group. We're a justice.
Facts.
We're a justice group. We're a truth group.
Just can't handle it. Hey, like Jack Nicholson said.
Slavery is a fact. They told us, like, yeah, it's a fact.
Hey, like Jack Nicholson said. You want truth? You can't handle
Well,
the
that's
truth.
the problem with Esau. He can't handle the truth.
Can't handle the
Cat
truth.
can't handle
Cotton
the
and a
truth.
hot ass, sweaty ass, 100-degree ass brother. Like,
See, you getting mad. See?
The Most High's turning you up, man.
Turning his spirit up.
Turning your spirit up. Go ahead.
Job 20:18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be,
Reparations. Go ahead.
and he shall not rejoice therein, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Ooh, that land, the land of America. Yeah, there's more, brother. You gotta let that fire. You gotta let that fire roll, brother.
We
That
built
fire
it.
burn.
We built it. And you know what? My grandmother always said, we built this country. Yeah, it's a fact.
20th
It
verse.
wouldn't be great without us.
Yeah, the so-called white man talking about justice. How you gonna have justice on stolen
He
land,
can't
man?
say that. He can't frame that in his Edomite mouth, man.
Justice.
He can't frame that in his goddamn mouth.
That's right.
Justice.
Yeah,
And
this,
the whole world's waking up to you, man.
yeah, this is stolen land, stolen property. How you
The
gonna
whole,
have
you
justice?
done stole the whole world, man. There's over 800 military bases all
devil.
around the world, man. You done made every country and state. You know, you done made them a vassal state.
And they fucking up the Amazon too.
Now you getting turned up. Man.
They fucking up the Amazon too.
That's good.
Hey, you wanna jump on this side, my brother?
They fucking up the Amazon too, yo. They chopping that shit down.
You wanna
It's
jump on this side?
sustainable forest. Leave this shit alone, man.
Deforestation, more like it.
Deforestation.
See, you know what's happening?
They being the devil, man.
You know what's happening? The genie is coming out the bottle, baby. The genie is dancing now.
That's it.
Get down with the genie.
That's it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the genie's out that bottle,
Nahum,
man.
chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery.
America's the bloody city.
Yep.
Now this is really talking about
Nineveh.
Nineveh. Nineveh. But this refers to now as America, Babylon. This is a bloody city. You know, how did this so-called white man, the Edomites, take this land? Through bloodshed, man.
Truth shall
Told you that
overcome.
shit was like 3 years ago when they was shooting niggas. It was like a sport. They was shooting each other away. I was like, what the fuck? It was like 2015.
Because that's
2016.
They were
Every other week.
and that's what's gonna happen to them.
Oh, can I read this?
Go ahead.
I know you got more, brother, but right quick. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
They don't want to drink it now. That's for you, vote. Drink it. And you Edomites, you don't want to drink it, man. You know, you dished it out, but could you take it? You ain't. Are you going to be able to take it?
Have assuredly drunken, and are
You
thou.
have to go into slavery, man. There's no other way.
It says it in the book.
There's no other way.
They had a group called
We're gonna get them in slavery, brother.
It's gonna be a thing. That'll be dope, though. That'll be dope. Like,
See, you see it.
that'll
You
be
see it.
dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I would want to have.
you get used to it, brother. You get
I
used
would
to
want to
it.
have some slavery.
They
You
were
get
like,
used to it.
like Neil when Neil first woke up.
I would be a slave owner. I would be a slave owner.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
would be a cool. I won't be like, you know.
Well, you can be cool with them. You can be cool with them.
But if they fuck up, then, you know, they gotta catch.
They gotta get the foots up their ass.
They got to catch the wrath of the aftermath.
They gotta get that wrath up their ass.
I'll definitely be a slave owner.
You're becoming a believer.
I'll be
You're becoming a
I'll be the
believer.
black dude and
You want to jump on this
nigga
side,
from
my
Tennessee
man?
and Django. Yeah, I'll be Big Daddy.
You be the
I'll
candy.
be
You be
Big
the
Daddy.
candy man.
Yeah, I'll be
Can you be the head of Candyland? Go ahead, read on.
Revelation
Still
chapter
can
5,
be.
verse 10. And has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on earth.
There you go.
I'm cracking up. I'm thinking about Django, and when the doctor, the dentist came along, and they got them Edomites back, and the Edomites said, "I gave you an apple."
Oh yeah. Wasn't that? Didn't I treat y'all
Boy,
fair?
did I treat you nice? Didn't I give you an apple, boy? And that motherfucker opened them up, man.
Yeah.
You know?
He flooded his ass.
Yeah.
And then he came back later. You know, the Ajax. They killed him at the beginning. Then he came back later in the movie. Yeah, you know the main guy, the first one he shot, the one he
I
killed.
don't even remember that, brother.
Yeah. Then he came back. You know, in the movie, he actually as another
back.
character.
He came back. He came back in the reincarnation.
Yeah.
He got fucked up all over.
Yo, they did the nigga with the dog dirty.
Oh yeah.
Samson, his name was Samson.
Yeah.
They really used to do that shit.
They used to do that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They used to do that, man. They used to have slaves fighting other slaves, man.
Hey, the
That was
dogs
back when
too.
they had the UFC back then.
I'm still gonna sit there with a pack of dogs just chewing fucking humans down.
Because they didn't give a shit.
Yep.
It's called hate, my man. It's called hate. That's what they got for us.
Give you that in 4 kinds in Jeremiah.
See, our people, they don't want to accept. Our people, if I may say, our people, they don't want to accept that the so-called white man. They don't want to accept that he hates us, man. He hates us. It's called hate, man.
Yeah, I be seeing. I get the vibe.
You can feel it when
You get the vibe.
walk
You get
into
the
a
vibe.
restaurant with a bunch of crackers up in
Oh,
there. Well, there you go.
When you're the only Jake.
Yeah, you
You're
feel
the
the hate
You're the
coming
only
off.
Jake around there, man. Get lost in the white neighborhood. You see how much love they got.
Yeah.
Chiefs had bait. I was like,
Oh no, man. Oh man.
I was like, yo, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
They gonna roast you, brother.
Yo, I was just seeing the. I was like, yo, I got.
Hey, do you know that the so-called white man had something called sundown towns? You ever heard of that? Sundown towns. You know what that is? That means if the sun went down and your ass
niggas
was in
out
the
there,
town,
They gonna lynch you.
you're gonna get lynched. You're gonna get killed. In other words, it was called a sundown town. Google that.
I couldn't be back then. I'll be
That's
bad on
that.
sight.
What is that? That's hate, man.
I was just,
What is that? Love?
But now they want to love. Ain't no
love, man.
Ain't no love.
Working no ill.
Ain't no peaceful world. Go ahead.
It's Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
That's it.
Therefore, love
But
is
now they want to be our neighbors.
Right.
Hey, you had something called, recently they had the movie called Green Book. You know what the Green Book was, right? The Green Book, it was a handbook. If you're traveling across the United States, it was a handbook telling you where, as a so-called black man, you could stay, what hotel you could stay, what restaurant you could go to. It's
What do you
called
call that in the word? In the word?
hate.
Hate.
It's It's called a green book. Green book. Google that. See, our people, that's why the Lord said, my people are foolish. No, I'm sorry. That's the
Oh, you
wrong.
know, I heard somebody say this. You know,
Yeah, Hosea 4.
Dorothy Dandridge. That woman was fine as hell, man. She was finer than more than white woman, man.
Sure was.
And you know what? She went to a Dorothy Dandridge. You never heard of her? No. She's an actress way back in the day, man. She was fine as hell, man.
40s.
Holly Berry played. She was fine in Holly Berry. In real
Oh,
life.
hell yeah.
Brother, you gotta
Hell
look,
yeah,
brother,
man.
you gotta look. Brother, she was fine.
Okay.
But she was fine.
She was a finer hyena.
Anyway, but anyway, check this out. In real life, right? She went to a pool and she stuck her toe in the pool, and them Edomites cleaned that whole pool out.
Damn.
Because she stuck her toe. That show you how the Esau thinks, man.
Hate.
I say the Esau.
The Esau, yeah.
Change that up.
And she was real light.
She looked. Them producers, them so-called Jews, were popular, man. They were in love with her, man.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
She's not better than that. I'm not
What?
giving you that.
You crazy, man. You need glasses.
She's not better than that.
She's a finer hyena, brother.
She put Halle Berry to shame.
Well, they look about the same. That's why Halle Berry played her, man. You know?
It is a sexy hot mama so tough.
Man, look at it. Look.
No, Halle made a crackhead look good.
Oh yeah,
No,
well, that's
no,
true.
no.
That's true.
Dorothy.
That's true.
Halle made a crackhead
That's
look
true.
good.
That's
That's true.
Yo, she looks just like her.
Well, yeah.
No.
But I think she got the edge.
Oh, yeah. And
Let's put it this way,
it's
brother.
the
That's a tie, man.
That's a tie, yeah. And in that picture,
They
they
both
look
look good.
identical. She looks
Oh, look at
just
that.
like
Look
Who
at
you
that.
looking at?
Look at that.
Dorothy. That's the Dorothy.
Look at that. Look at that. That picture of blow Halle Berry. Oh,
Dorothy.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
But she stuck her toe in the pool, and the Edomites they kicked her out the pool and said, let's clean the whole pool, because that nigga's foot was in the water. That's what they said, man.
Wait a minute, man. Can Halle mention this?
But they're about love, man.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
Ah!
She got that.
See?
Let me see.
She got that.
Yeah?
She got that.
Yeah, man. That woman was extremely beautiful, brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 13.
Look at that.
For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy, and mercy
Esau
with-
didn't show us no mercy. So ain't no mercy gonna be shown on them.
Damn, show.
All right, where we at? Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Saith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passes out, and him that passeth, him that returneth. And I will fill the mountains with the slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys, in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, we will possess it. Whereas the Lord Yahweh was there.
Go ahead.
This is Amos 1:9. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and remembered not the brotherly covenant.
You remember not the brotherly covenant, man. You know?
But I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Perpetually means forever.
Yeah,
There was never a point in time that they loved us.
No.
And that's spiritual. That's in the spirit of Esau, man.
Yep.
And then there's a scripture where it says the Lord would put enmity between us and the so-called white man. Now, when you look up that word enmity, it means hatred. So really it goes back to the Heavenly Father putting that hatred between Jacob and Esau.
When I was in Sheep's Head, y'all need to get type of love.
Because if it was a bunch of brothers out there, they would smile at you, man.
Yeah, but niggas was looking at you.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, you had that one back in the 80s, Yusef Hawkins. Oh yeah, that was Yusef Hawkins, right? He got killed out that way, around that way.
Now, when that
I
thing
wish
was,
them niggas would try to phone me on me. Yo, listen, I'm going out with a fucking bang. I'm going out with a fucking bang. I'm dead ass. I'm not. No. It's a different type of nigga now. G shit. I'm not saying that niggas got young control.
yo, well, Jake's, you know what, Jake? Our people have seen the history of what this man did to us, man.
And they're not jacking. It's not being jacked no more. Nah, this shit has got to stop. Like, y'all can't be gunning down unarmed civilians because you have a bad day and you're a fucking patient.
You couldn't get your shit up for your wife. You take it out on the Jake. That's a lot of them do that, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know what? You know what the slave master used to do? You know what the slave masters used to do to the slaves after they hung them? Cut their ride off and put it in a jar, pickle jar.
They're trying to get dicks like us too, man.
Well, that's what they're doing. That's that hate, man.
What is that, love?
Stop, bro. Just be you, man. This is like when you're you. Stop trying to be me. Like, be you, like.
Hey, you know.
Be yourself, man. Why you trying? That's why you acting like. Okay, shit is doing.
Well, that's another thing that they're going off on.
Like, come on, like, you worried about. Like, come on.
Well, that's that hatred. That's that hatred. Give me Obadiah 7 verse.
Obadiah, verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
That's your allies. They're going to come against Esau. Go ahead.
There is none understanding in him. You want me to jump down to 10?
No, keep reading.
Verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Go ahead. And
thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
So that's how they're going to be cut off, by slaughter. And they know that. The elite know that, man. That's why they demonize us. Like I said, it's time for them to pay. Well, you're going to have concubines.
I'm not mad at white
but you know what, brother? You're going to have concubines. I know. You're going to have concubines, brother. Go ahead.
Verse 10, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates.
The foreigners were them Babylonians.
That was actually, yeah. Instead of helping us being our brother, they were helping the Babylonians conquer us even more, man. So that was hate. You got it.
It says, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them.
Yeah.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Hold up.
That's hate.
Hold up. Read that again.
Verse 12.
Verse 12.
It says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
Go ahead.
Neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the
Neither
day.
should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah. Where was Israel?
Yeah.
Israel was already on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
They were taken over by the Assyrians.
What they talking about the day when we became a stranger?
Read it again. Read one more.
It says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
In other words, Esau looked at us as strangers. We're not brothers. We don't have a brother to come. So we're not going to get it right now. So that Deuteronomy 23 verse 7 is out. I'm born not to Edomite. No, we're gonna abhor Edomites. Go ahead.
It says, neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity.
That's when they took the substance. They did it that time. They did it during the time of the Roman Empire. Yep. Every time they went in there and they took our substance.
The Greeks.
So they got a lot. They got a lot to pay for. Go ahead.
It says, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape.
The ones that were trying to escape, you were helping the Babylonians by killing Jake. You know, go ahead.
Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day
Esau doesn't want to sit down and have a meeting with us because we're gonna give him all that truth.
Facts.
We're gonna give them all that truth, man. We're going by the scriptures. What the scriptures is gonna do. We ain't gonna do a damn thing, man. That's what the Most High is gonna
Listen,
do.
y'all gotta tell other niggas to pull out. That shit that happened in Jersey.
Yo, well, that was some bugged out dude that did that.
Crazy,
Right, that's some dude that bugged out.
That was right across the street from the school, bro.
Yep. Well, that's why the dude is dead. Give me Romans 13. Give me Romans 13. Well, he went off. He went off. Yep. He damn sure went off. Huh?
Romans the 13th chapter.
Yeah, that's right.
He's up off that violence.
Yep. Go ahead. Well, he was off when he did that, man. Yeah. And that's why he's no longer in the land of the living. He's in the spirit realm. What he did was stupid, man. Go ahead, read that. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Who's the powers? Esau is the powers. The white man is the power. He's in the power seat. Yeah. If you driving down the street and the cop put his welders on, you got to pull over. I got pulled over today. And as soon as he put his welder, I pulled right over, man. And when he got to the car, I had my license and all that. And you know what? The dude said, "Have a nice day."
Yeah, you gotta respect the
law. First thing that come out of my mouth, is there a problem, officer? You know, I hope you're having a nice day. And normally they say, you know what? You good. Drive safe.
Like I don't know lie. I don't get like that.
Yeah, but you know what you got, but you gotta
I curse them out.
But you gotta maintain your, you know, because they can do something stupid.
Yeah, I curse them out, but I'm like, yo, listen. Just get my ticket out.
But that's all you gotta do.
Because sometimes they like to attack it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Go ahead. Where we at?
Verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
So that guy out there in New Jersey, when he did, what happened to him? He got killed.
Yeah.
Him and that woman got killed.
He received damnation.
He went off.
Precept.
Go ahead.
Romans 12:18 and 19. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you.
That's a good one.
Romans 12 and 18. Check this out, brother. Romans 12 and 18 and 19. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
Plain and to the point. Go ahead.
Proverbs 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger.
Yep.
It says, agree with thy adversary quickly while thou still in the way. Oh, agree with thy adversary quickly. Okay. You know?
Yeah, because we ain't got no power.
We ain't got no power.
Can't act like you. You play your position. Play your position.
Play your position. Yep.
I'm gonna try to pull it out.
Yep.
You got to.
These are words of wisdom. These are words to grow by.
Right.
You know?
Pull it out.
Yep.
You got to. That's just being wise.
We don't want to read about you, see you on the news.
Word.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You got to maintain
That's
your...
when I was like, yo, when that shit was on the news, I was like, nah.
Yeah, what he
I
did...
couldn't believe that shit.
What he did was totally off, man.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, nah, they just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know what the Bible said? The Bible said the Lord sent us as sheep among wolves.
Right.
So we're supposed to behave like sheep, not like a wolf.
Yeah.
Because we ain't got no power right
And he
now.
had his wife with him. I was like, come on, this shit.
Yeah.
And right next to the school board, I'm like, this shit is insane right now.
You got cats.
Make any sense. I was like, that's crazy.
Well, you got cats that's not following instructions, man. You got cats that's not. There you go.
Take shit into their own hands.
There you go. There you go. You got it.
This is Sirach chapter 9, verse 13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
Damn.
It says, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Close the book.
And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Yo, that's real talk. That's real talk. That shit right now. You see them goofy whooping around here fucking day. That's real talk. Yeah.
Hey, you're dealing with the devil, man. You gotta be
We're
wise
in
when
the
you're
devil.
dealing with
We're
the
in the
devil.
devil's kingdom. We're in Satan's kingdom, man.
Yeah.
He got the control. He got the power.
You got the power.
That's right.
He don't mind
Oh,
using it.
yeah. No, that's right. That's right.
He doesn't veer the
You got the power, he don't mind using it, especially if you're the wrong color. You got it, bro. You
This
got
is
it.
Proverbs 16 and 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty,
Woo!
and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city.
Damn.
You got to maintain your spirit, you know?
Got another precept.
Go ahead.
This is Luke 21 and 19. In your patience possess ye your soul.
Now, when you go back, that was during the time of 70 AD, and you did have our people fight against the Romans, but what they were doing was fighting against themselves. That's why they lost. They were fighting against themselves. The different groups, the Zealots and the Sicarii and them, you know.
So we went to war against the Romans?
Yeah, it's called the Roman Jewish Wars, which happened in 70 AD. There was 3 of them actually. Go ahead.
Quick precept. Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
Yeah, you're a damn fool, man. And what that dude did in New Jersey was foolish.
It's foolish.
That was crazy.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 18:6, it says, a fool's lips enter into contention, and
Yep.
his mouth calleth for strokes.
Ooh.
That's why a lot of
Don't mean to
stuff-
get
yeah, man.
hung up on a tree and get whipped. You know? Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10 to 15. It says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as a grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path.
Now give me what is that? Proverbs what's that? 6 verse 16?
Oh, yeah.
Proverbs 6 verse 16?
6 and 16.
6 and 16.
Proverbs 6 and 16. These 6 things that the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him: a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood.
And hands that shed innocent blood. Go ahead.
And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations.
A heart that devises wicked imaginations. Go ahead.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief. Go ahead.
A false witness.
A false witness. Go ahead.
That speaketh lies.
That speaketh lies. And you got him out there. Go ahead.
And he that soweth discord among brethren.
And he that soweth discord among brethren. And the Most High said, scope that dude out, man.
So,
Go ahead.
this is Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Damn.
And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Yeah, the fruit is death.
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is James 3 and 5. Even so, the tongue is a
I was
little
just
member,
thinking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
What-
kind.
and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell.
And you know what proved that? The word we're speaking is fire. And we need our tongue to speak, right? If you cut somebody's tongue, they can't speak. So the words we're speaking is fire. So that proves the tongue is builds up the fire. Yeah, you got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14.
There it is.
Start at
there it is.
13. Start at 13.
There it is. There it is.
This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 13. It says, and the prophets shall become wind, and the word is not in them.
Is that the Bible Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus?
No, this is Jeremiah.
Oh, Salak, I thought you said Ecclesiastes. Salak.
This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14. It says, wherefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them.
And by the way, the word tongue in the French Creole is langue. What you speak French? Yeah, langue, right? Language. That's where you get the word language.
Hosea 6 and 5.
That's where you
Hosea
get the
6 and 4.
yeah, langue. Yeah, langue. Yep.
I got a quick one.
You got one.
Okay.
Hosea. And then after that, you get yours.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 6, verse 4. O Ephraim, what shall I do unto thee? O Judah, what shall I do unto thee? For your goodness is as a morning cloud, and as the early dew it goeth away.
At one time, the Israelites were good, and that goodness went away from them, and they became wicked. Go ahead.
It says, therefore have I hewed thee by the prophets, I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. For I desired mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai more than burnt offering.
Yeah, because back in the ancient world, you had Israelites that would commit sins deliberately. If they were rich, they would sacrifice bullocks and all that. So the Most High used the prophets to curse them out, and the Most High is using the prophets once again to curse them out again. And if you see around you, man, ain't no Jake listening to this, man. They don't want to listen to this, man. So the Most High gonna close the book on them.
You're only looking for the elect anyway. You read that part, that judgments as the light. A good example is you found out what's going to happen to so-called white men. See, them churches, right?
He pretty much made his bed, man. He made his bed.
Right, now you right.
Know what he done. He
right.
know what he did was not right. You know
right.
He doesn't want to make it.
And now according to the Bible, you found out his judgment. You found out what's going to happen to him.
Yeah,
that's why you just read it. Thy judgments as what? As the light, meaning you understand, you know.
Now where do we leave off at Job? Let's go back into Job 20. Where we leave off at? Job 20. What verse do we leave off at?
Job 20 and 5. It says that the triumphant of the wicked.
Can jump down a couple of verses. We read that already. Jump down to about, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It was at about the 10th verse, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around.
It was with the restoration.
With the restoration. Yep.
Job 20 and 10. His children shall seek to please the poor.
Now, what is that talking about? His children shall seek to please the poor. That's the liberals, man. That's why they're trying to help the Mexicans and help black people. And you got a lot of Edomites that want to give reparations to us because they're trying to seek to please the poor.
Right.
Go ahead.
And his hand shall restore their goods.
Go ahead. Ultimately, it's going to be restored by force. Go ahead.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
So when Esau says, well, that was my foreparents that did that, well, guess what? You got to pay for what your foreparents did. Because there's a thing called reincarnation. You were your foreparents reincarnated. Now, I used to bring it out that way.
So I believe in reincarnation.
Good. Well, that's biblical.
You come back.
That's yep.
Come back.
Yep. That's see, your mind was already open, man. See, when you heard that scripture, it was already in your heart. So you saw it. Boom. It's right
energy
there.
just transfers.
Thank you. There you go.
No energy doesn't disappear.
It goes. It doesn't just disappear. It goes from one to another. That's right.
Right. That's right.
Living ways.
That's right.
One place to another.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead, Art.
This is Jude chapter 1, verse 5. I would therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord Yahweh Shai, having saved the people of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not.
Okay. Well, you know what? Since you just read that, give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Go ahead.
I don't think non-believers got to be destroyed.
Well, the Most High is going to do it. See, that's not up to us.
Right.
That's not up to us,
Right,
man.
right.
You know?
It's in the book.
It's
so
in the book.
can't-
That's it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's Sirach chapter 10, verse 7 and 8. It says, pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings in injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And then Esau, and hey, what comes to mind? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. That's why they say that they maintain, look, we're not Edomites. Or the Edomites are done away with. You know, or the Arabs are Edomites.
Yeah.
You know, they'll accept, yeah, Esau exists, but they're the Arabs. Because they don't give a damn about the Arabs, man. All right, where we at?
Job 20 and 11.
We almost out of here. Go ahead.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, yeah, I'd already read that.
Go ahead.
Though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches, he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and
Which is
butter.
the fatness of the land. You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be.
Go ahead.
And he shall not rejoice therein, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor.
Key word oppressed. Read that part of that verse again.
Job 20 and 19, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor.
Why is all this going to happen to him? Because he have oppressed and forsaken the poor.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not.
That's America. When he came over here and took down the Gadites and the Reubenites, then he took Jake. There's a lot you got to pay for, man. They don't be pushing them slavery movies like they used to, because Jake see the movies and look at Esau like he want to kill him.
So especially the sisters.
Well, they're gonna have slaves too.
Sisters be getting mad.
That's right. That's right.
Sisters be getting mad when they see the slaves.
Yep, that's right. That's
They
right.
look at us like we're.
Yep. Because that Esau makes sure them slave movies don't come out too tough, because it gets Jake's spirit riled. Yeah. You know? Go ahead.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon
Now,
him.
Look that word,
Yeah.
wicked. The word is, I believe, malium.
Imal.
Yeah,
Amal, which
Imal.
means the poor, which is us.
Wicked means poor?
No, well,
In
wicked
this
means
verse,
wicked,
in
but
this
in this verse, when you go into the Hebrew,
Yeah, the Hebrew.
the word actually means the poor.
Right.
You know? Go ahead.
When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
That's the you take out a dollar bill, right? You see that pyramid with the eye on the top? Yeah. That's their goal, to reach that eye. That's when they put the chip in
That's the
everybody. The
pineal.
pineal gland, yep, the third eye. That's when they put the microchip in your hand. That's their plan. So when they get that, that's when the Most High is going to take them out. Go ahead.
When he is about to fill his belly,
So they
Oh
can
yeah,
put that-
well, once they get you in the military, you got to take that
Gotta
shit.
take it.
When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yep.
He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Read that again for the brother. He shall what?
Job 20 and 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon,
The iron weapon is the missiles. Go ahead.
and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Go ahead.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body.
That's the silo. Go ahead.
Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are.
That glittering sword is a missile. And Job saw ICBM in the air and the sun hitting it and making it glitter.
Yeah.
That's the sword of the Most High.
Yeah, they've been dropping bombs lately.
Oh, they're going to drop a whole lot more. They're going to drop a whole lot
They've
more.
been gunning lately.
Huh? Go ahead.
Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up.
The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. That's the World Wide Web.
The
That's
heaven.
why they hate us. That's the heavens, man.
The book shall be opened in the
The
firmament.
book shall be open. Somebody get that in your pocket. Second.
Oh,
Ezra.
that links up with what the Apostle Paul said. And that man of sin be
Anybody
revealed.
getting that?
Somebody got it? Second Ezra
Second Ezra
6.
6. Yep.
Yeah, that man of sin be revealed.
That's it.
That the
And how
heaven
they being revealed? Through the heavens.
through the heaven.
You know, Psalm 19. Go ahead and bring it out.
This is 2 Ezra 6 and 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament.
What
and
books
they-
shall be open? The Bible, the Apocrypha. These are books on different subjects that back up what the scriptures are saying. Archaeological books, icon books. Go ahead.
and they shall see all together.
They shall see all together. So if a billion people want to watch what we're teaching, they can go to the page and watch it, man. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices.
That goes into something else. I mean, that's good too. Go ahead.
The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old.
And what's that term?
Premature.
Premature. And back then in the 30s and 40s, that was unheard of, man. Now it's natural, man, because they got incubators. Anyway, that's it on that. Let's get back to Job, and we're going to close on this.
Job 20 and 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his good shall flow away in the day of his wrath.
So he's going to lose everything. Go ahead.
This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most
Who's
High,
the wicked? Malachi 1. Go ahead.
and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. That's
Anyway, with that, we out of here. Shalom. See you next week.